Adventure RPG. Oh, look, I'm going to start this again. Hold on. Here we go.
They did get nervous.
All right. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to this Age of Adventure RPG one-shot, Sea and Salt, which is an Age of Vikings RPG scenario written by Don Ford. And I think I'm distracted by what's happening on the scene. But anyway, yes, in this one shot we have 4 players. This is all part of the Furiously Eclectic People Discord, the worldwide monthly gaming, which I will put in the notes after I finish recording this adventure. And so a great Discord server to come and join. So we've got 4 players today. And I won't get them to introduce themselves now. I'm going to introduce the session, and then I will give everyone a chance to introduce themselves as we go through. All right. So in this adventure, as I go back to my notes, in this adventure, you have all been. We'll say that your background is you're part of an adventurers guild. So that's how you get your assignments and how you get paid. And you've been hired by the relatives of a disgraced and outlawed kinsman whose name is Sigbert Lofson. So the relatives of Sigbert have actually hired you to retrieve their cousin or their disgraced kinsman to bring him back for trial. Because in the traditions of their land, his crimes not only taint him, but also the entire family line. So Sigbert has fled to or taken refuge on an island called Hrafni. I'm probably going to bastardize these Viking Norse names, but anyway, he's taken refuge on the Isle of Hrafni, and so the adventurers have been called upon by the relatives to basically retrieve him and bring him back alive for trial. If you are able to get to the island and bring him back to the mainland, back to the assembly, who will then judge him, you'll be compensated for your work, and the relatives will be free of the tribulations that his crimes have thrust upon them. So with that, we will open the first scene, which I just realized is going to be hidden by my images. Okay. So you can see hopefully you can see there's an image of a little cave with a tidal pool, so feel free to drag your characters onto there. I'll do a bit of a blurb of what's happening, and then we'll go turn order wise, and everyone can introduce their characters and tell everyone who they're playing. So I'm going to put some tokens on here as well of some other people and items. Hopefully my internet's going to be quick enough to keep track of this. Oh, I just realized I made all the tokens grey and the background grey. That's awkward. I'm going to put them to the side here. That's bad GMing. So you can zoom in and zoom out of your screen. So on the right hand side of that image, I've just placed the relative who's hired you, as well as a picture of a boat, which is probably in here. It's probably better putting the boat there. Yeah. All right. So let us do the introduction here. So after days of traveling, you arrive at the peninsula of Skjolnir. That's a long wind-carved peninsula that juts out into the grey northern sea. There at the back of a shallow sea cave, which you've been given the directions to, around a gleaming tide pool, you meet your patron, and her name is Inga Lostota. So we'll just call her Inga for simpleness, but you have been given her full title as well as the location to this secret meeting place, because essentially what is this scenario and this adventure, it's done in secret, so only the family knows where he is, and so they've sort of given you that location so that you can go there and retrieve him. And this is like this meeting place is like a hidden cave, halfway down a descent in a natural hollow. And the waves lick on the outer stones, and the sound of surf sort of masks your voices, so that in case there's anyone in the nearby community, no one can sort of hear or see what's taking place here in the cave. So with that, let us introduce our brave adventurers and see who we've got here. Let us start with Snotgard. You can give us a brief rundown of who you're playing. Who is Snotgard, and what do we see?
Snotgard doesn't do introductions. Snotgard wants his shinies, and for shinies he will done any work.
Nice.
And basically, you can see a little but very furious goblin right here. He is not very bright, and he really loves shinies. But you probably can fool him by giving him some shiny metal instead of gold and silver. But it's not information our higher should know.
Nice. Thank you, Snotgard. What about Fiona? Who is Fiona?
Okay, so Saint Fiona, you see, basically an orc. What she would say about her profession is that she's a rogue and she dedicates herself to, well, taking things out of the pockets and treasure chests. She's also super great with opening doors and things like that, but as you might see, she might as well be a model. She's gorgeous for an orc, and she knows that. She's basically here because she needs some money, because, beauty stuff, new clothes, all that. She needs more or less decent money to
pay the bills.
probably in the future find herself a husband to someone like that, and stop working eventually. But she won't tell it. She's, good at her job.
Excellent. Beautiful. And I'll remind everyone as well, you do have an identity tab that you can add things for flavor, like you can make up a homeland or put a goal, put a description of that sort of stuff. If your character returns from other adventure, like for other adventures, then we can look at the homeland and goal to give the game some flavor. Even though there are one-shots, we can sort of do like interconnecting one-shots. Thank you, Killiah.
Tavis, I'm playing Killiah. She's a dark elf, dark of skin. She is considered evil and outcast from other communities such as, goblins, orcs, halflings, other elves, etc. Pretty typical of an elf. 20 years, dark hair. She's her hair's kind of hard to see. It's like dark purple. She's dressed in like an assassin's garb, so typical like dark cloak and leathers, and it's pretty obvious what she does as a trade because she has a line of daggers around her belt of different sorts, as well as a rope and dagger makeshifted into a grappling type situation. She doesn't talk much. What she does talk is like broken common, so she doesn't speak common very well. She can speak Elvish, however.
Nice.
That's all I'll say about her.
Thank you. And last but not least, we have Vexza and Thorn.
Vexza, also an elf, but a wild elf who has fled her tyrannical, from her point of view, tyrannical and xenophobic tribe. She's got issues with their authority and has taken her best friend Thorn, who is really difficult to control except when in combat, which becomes like an extension of her arm. She grunts a lot. She's dirty and filthy and hasn't bathed maybe ever.
Damn. You do see a gleaming pool of water there. Looks quite clean.
Well, she's a little afraid of that. That might ruin her great tribal markings.
Ah, okay. I see. Tradition.
She fancies her spear and seems to be quite angry all the time.
What a motley crew of adventurers. How the heck are you guys together? But anyway, the Adventurers Guild brings all together. Thank you very much for those introductions. Before Inga speaks, I will get Snotgard. Roll me a d6, and that's how many days it took you to travel to this peninsula. Move this so I can see. 3. All right, so this is quite far. As I said, this land is quite detached from your normal civilizations, where communities such as yourselves, orcs, goblins, elves, are plentiful. Here in the Viking lands, it's more a human community. So it took 3 days to travel there. So I'll get you all to make your first adjustment on your equipment sheet. You can subtract 3 provisions. So it's 1 provision per day. So that's why 3 provisions, or 2 silver per day, or a combination of. I'll get you to.
I'm gonna use Pathfinder.
Yeah. Now, if you do have skills that you think can help you find provisions, Pathfinder can be used for foresting. So, Killiah, you can make a Pathfinder roll, and let's see if you're able to forage. Okay, so there's the first roll. So, just for those playing at home, Killiah has Pathfinder, which is a mind-based roll. So, she needs to roll equal or over her proficiency of 3. She rolled double 6. That's 2 successes. So you can roll 1 dice, and that's how many provisions you obtain on this journey. If it's 3 or higher, it's perfect.
1 dice.
1 dice, yeah. Well, there you go. You find 1 day. What do you find on the way that helps relieve 1 day's worth of...
Just some tasty looking mushrooms.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly what I was thinking.
All right. So for the rest of you...
Also has Pathfinder.
Yeah, so Killiah, you can subtract 2. Sorry, Vexza, have you also got Pathfinder? Oh, yeah, okay. No worries. You can roll 2 dice as well. Let's see how you fare as you travel the roads. Wow, the dice are... I like it when the dice are kind early, because it means later on we're going to get some biffo. But you also find 1 dice worth of provisions on your journey. Roll 1 dice. Oi! What do you find? Plentiful. Covers the whole 3 days.
I collect some lichen.
Nice.
It's my favorite lichen.
Very plus. Blue lichen. Okay. So Vexza doesn't require any provisions. However, your trusty thorn still needs 1 provision per day. So you will still cost you 3 provisions or 2 silver per day. What about Snotgard? Do you have any skills to help you, or otherwise?
No, I just ate all my provision. Not
Nice.
all, but half of it.
50% gone. I see that. And what about you, Fiona? You have any abilities to help you? You could
As far as
try.
I see, no.
You can try, if you wish, it's up to you. You can just subtract the 3 provisions or pay the silver, but you have got sneak, so you can try to steal some things from perhaps a vendor's cart or something on the way using sneak. If you wish, you can roll 2 dice and it's a might check, or you can just, if you don't want to do that sort of illegal activity, you can just subtract. What would you like to do there?
I would like to do that, but I would like to specify that I never ever stole anything from other party members. So there were just, random people out there.
Yep, excellent. I think
that
Vexza will be very happy to hear that. All right, roll 2 dice and we'll see how many successes. This is a might-based action, so you need to roll equal or under, and you do. And here is a good example of where you have rolled 2 successes because you've rolled 4 or less. One of those numbers was your proficiency, so you would have normally gained a hero point, although you're at maximum. You can't exceed 6. So if you weren't at 6, you would have gained a hero point because you rolled your proficiency number. So you have managed to steal 1 dice worth of goods to help you on the journey from an evil vendor, I'll say, just to help your conscience. So you want to roll 1 dice and see how much you've managed to proffer?
There you
Oh, No worries. What do you
Not bad.
steal? What do you steal that helps you cover the journey?
Well, I think these were strictly provisions.
Okay, yeah,
Just
so basically,
some, rations, maybe some tea, something like that.
excellent.
Not much.
No problem. All
Not
right,
the last shirt.
while I've got you, Fiona, get you to roll 1 dice to determine the time of day when you arrive at this cave. The lower you roll, the earlier it is in the day. 1 dice. 5. Okay, it's late afternoon, so the sun is dipping. It's getting close to evening. And Killiah, you can roll 1 dice for the weather. Lower you roll, the better the weather. Okay, so it's been a warm, we'll say it's summer. Okay, so it's been a warm day. The waters are warm. The pool in here, it is clear and it looks quite refreshing. So your journey has been fairly pleasant, I suppose. But the weather, as I said, the sun has been shining, but it's starting to dip over the horizon. But it's definitely good adventuring conditions leading into the night. And as you meet Inga after those introductions, and I'll let you know, even though I do use turn orders to make sure everyone gets a turn, speaking is something you don't have to wait for your turn. So if you do want to speak and converse as I introduce Inga, please do so. She says, oh, she looks a bit frightened. You see, she looks like she's been very tearful. She's got a very sorrowful face. She's trembling a little bit. And as you enter the cave, these 4 adventurers, her eyes sort of widen. She says, oh, the mercenaries. And then as she says that, she sort of hushes her voice. She says, oh, I mean the adventurers. Thank you. I am Inga. I am Sigbert's cousin. Thank you for heeding our call. The situation is dire. I fear that nothing can save my cousin and his fate. But if he is brought back alive to face the assembly for the crimes of kinslaying, it will restore our family's honor and appease the old gods and the spirits of the dead. Please go now. She points out of the alcove to a boat. It looks quite large. You would figure it's probably a 6-man boat. It has 2 oars. It looks in very good condition. She says, please take our family boat across to the Isle and bring back Sigbert. She doesn't ask for any introductions or anything. So maybe she doesn't want to know. What do you do?
Can we keep a boat?
Oh. She looks at you, looks at the others to see if anyone else will say something, perhaps to defend her before she has to speak. She looks quite taken aback.
We will have no need of a boat.
She nods at
we can sail it.
She nods at Killiah, but doesn't answer you. It's not Snotgard.
What did the kin do to deserve killing by your kin?
Oh, it was a grave crime. Kinslaying is the crime, the shameful act in Norse society of killing one's own family. He slew his brother in a dispute, I believe, over an inheritance. And she looks at your reaction to know that he's murdered someone.
I look confused.
Yes, no, Snotgard is also confused. It's a usual thing in his goblin society.
Killiah nods and says in Elvish, so only Vexza will understand.
Snotgard
this is
doesn't
right.
see anything wrong.
What does Killiah say in Elven? Or Vexnata?
So this is the way. This is the right way to do things.
This is... In disputes can only be settled in blood. It is the Elven way. That is why there aren't many elves left in the world.
Nods. Yeah, Vexza nods, and she does whisper in Elven, I had to kill many kin to get out of my tribe, so I could be here.
Thorn, your dog sort of...
Killiah
your dog
just nods in
whimpers. Yeah, Thorn sort of whimpers. Sheepishly. understands Elven
I
somehow.
want to pat him on the head.
Okay, what sort
Fiona
of...
would
excitable.
approach the lady and gently pat her on the shoulder. She would try to make it gentle and say, I'm sorry, your culture is like that and you have to suffer from such a minor thing like what your brother did. Of course we won't take the boat. I don't know how to use it.
She looks
And she's
firstly
like-
afraid as you start approaching. You know, you're sort of a large figure, although beautiful. But as you come close, she sheepishly, is comforted by your hand and the words, thank you, brave one. Well, what is your name?
Oh, I'm Fiona. Nice to meet you. Well, I would rather prefer it under other circumstances, but don't you worry. We will help you with your stupid brother.
She
We'll be
nods.
just fine.
She nods, and the corner of her eye is looking at Snotgard, who looks the strangest of the group, I suppose, even though you're also not human. The elves more human-like. She says, thank you, Fiona. This is a family heirloom. I must return it. The assembly does not know that we have hired mercenaries. Adventurers. And I must return the boat or they will get suspicious.
Okay, no worry.
Okay.
Fiona would turn to the other guys and say, that is how you speak to humans. I don't know.
Killiah
Please.
just grunts.
Vexza looks disgusted.
Oh, sorry. I didn't went to school. Nobody taught me to speak to humans.
Well, I would suggest beauty pigeons. They help you a ton to communicate with people better, and also it gives you better pay because people just tend to like you. But I don't know if it would work on a person who is not as beautiful as I.
Inga says, it is getting dark, my brave heroes. Is there anything else you require of me before you set off towards Arachne? You can see it in the distance, and she sort of moves. She moves to the mouth of the cave. She points out, and you see a mist-shrouded island. So clearly in sight, so you can't lose your way. Perhaps 1 or 2 hours away, you sort of estimate. You're not too sure. You could get there by nightfall
Have
if you're
dark
strong.
vision. I can't lose.
Are you telling her you've got that?
Inga, Loftdottir. You, who gets the inheritance now?
Oh, that is not to be settled now. I believe if we can clear the name, the good family name, it would go to his brother's wife. But only if he can atone for his sins. I do not expect you to understand our ways. I can see that you are strangers to this land, but believe me, the gods have been angered and they need to be appeased. And she looks to see if any of you are wearing any sort of religious symbols or anything like that, but it doesn't seem
Killiah's
to...
just going to grab one of her daggers and just poke her finger with the drop of blood and squeeze it on the ground.
Okay, she looks a bit shocked at that. She doesn't know what you're doing. Yeah, you do that. Doesn't give you any damage, obviously, just unless you want to damage yourself. Is it something you want to...
I'm just going to tell her the gods will be appeased. Here's the price. And squeeze the drop
Thorn
of blood
licked
on
it up
the
and looks at
All
you
right.
for more.
You do that, and she even though she doesn't understand, your words comfort her that you've made some sort of oath. As Thorn, looks at Vexza and then quickly goes and licks it up. Which is, I don't know if that's normal for a dog to lick up blood, but it's not a.
Vexum's tribal tattoos might look religious, but they aren't. But it could be confused by those who don't understand. She does, every time the gods are mentioned, she does shake her fist at the ceiling or sky.
When you do that, you hear the crack of thunder, even though it's a sunny day. You're not too sure how that works. While I remember, and you did mention it earlier, but I actually forgot, you need to roll the temperament. So roll 2d6, and I'll tell you the temperament of your companion. This is for Vexza.
Yep. Eight.
Yeah, with temperament, it's like a number between 11 and 66, so that's a 35. Yep, 35 for animals, which is... Oh, wow. Okay, you can write this in temperament. I'll put it in the notes just so that I don't confuse any of the... oh, hang on, my notes have popped out. What am I doing? Notes. Session notes. I'll put it in session notes. All right, this is the temperament. So you can see as it starts licking up the blood, it growls. And the whole time it's been growling at Snotgard. Even on the way here, Snotgard, you've noticed Vexza had to quit, sort of keep Thorn at bay because it doesn't seem to like you for some reason. It's probably as big as you. I don't know how large you are, but...
Have I done for you?
Doesn't growl towards me, licking up the
No.
blood.
No,
Good.
it only growls towards
It just
Snotgard.
looks for more. Where's more?
Yeah, it tries to bite your finger off.
Oh, it's at Snotgard, and then it looks at Snotgard and growls. Yeah, I can see that.
It doesn't even seem afraid of Fiona. It seems like it's itching for a fight. Like on the journey, if there's been, like it sees a frog, it just literally tears it apart. It just starts eating it. Okay, so as you are facing the boat and the journey ahead, we'll ask for Snotgard, what do you wish to do? Any other questions or?
No, Snotgard is actually already in the boat.
No problem.
And he is looking for shinies. Probably some people could drop shinies in the boat.
Oh, okay. The boat seems like it is devoid of any possessions or any places to hide shinies, but you can do a search. There might be something. The only thing you see that's obvious are there some embellishments of wooden shields, not real shields, but fake shields on the side depicting different types of symbols, and 2 rowing oars. But you can make a detect roll while you jump on the boat. You're first on there just to see if there's something else perhaps that is not immediately obvious. So I don't know if you're skilled in detect. If not, you just roll 1 dice.
No, I will just roll 1 die.
It's a mind check, so that succeeds. But you're pretty sure there's nothing else to find on here. With that success, I'll tell you that the boat is in very good condition. It doesn't look like it's been... You don't know too much about the workmanship of boats, I'd say, but it doesn't look like it's been in any battles or any, had any repairs or sort of run-ins with combat. So would you like to grab an oar or just take a seat?
Oh yes, Snotgard thinks he is very brave and strong, so he will row.
Okay, you can grab both oars, or you can just grab one and sit at the side. There's 2 seats, 2 at the front, 2 in the middle, and 2 at the rear.
No, I'm afraid Snot is too small to have both of both.
Yeah, you just grab one of the oars, no problem. All right, what about Fiona? Any questions, or happy to get on the boat?
Yeah. No, Fiona, we get on the boat and sitting there without touching anything. She's just expecting to be served.
Expecting to be served?
Unless she is expecting that everybody else will do everything for her. She would just be their passenger princess at all.
Nice, passenger princess.
If they want her to help her, they need to tell her, ask her to kindly help them. She might consider that.
Okay, so do you want to sit at the rear or at the front, Princess Fiona?
At the front for the better view.
Okay, no worries. You get at the front. What about Killiah? You've drawn the blood, licked up by Thorn.
Yep, it stopped bleeding pretty quickly.
Mhm.
Killiah doesn't say anything, just pulls the hood over her. It was already sort of on her head now. It's pulled all the way over, draped over, and she's going to jump in the middle of the boat and pull out a couple of daggers and start tinkering.
Pull out a couple of daggers. Okay, so the middle of the boat is where the second oar is. So if you take up that
okay.
seat,
Wherever I can sit that's not going to interrupt rowing.
yeah, so you can go the rear or up the front with Fiona.
Yep. I'll sit at the back, it's fine.
Okay, so you go the opposite side of Fiona, and what did you want to tinker as you grab out your daggers?
I could ask you I was wondering if I can tinker up two of my standard daggers into some sort of something that maybe does a bit more than the 1 damage for the throwing blade. Like combine 2, basically.
You could try and tinker something, but then I would have to say that you would have a 1d penalty on its use, but then an extra point damage. So you'd be you could tinker to sacrifice its effectiveness to increase its damage. Like it'd be like the Kroll blade, 2 blades fly. So that means,
I was just thinking if I tinker 2 daggers into 1 dagger.
Yeah, if you're happy with that penalty, you can make your dice roll and see if you can fashion a twin throwing blade, or you can give it whatever name you like. This is the master ones you're tinkering, or the standard ones?
No, master ones will stay. It's just the standard. So I've got 2 standard, 2 poison.
Okay, so the 2 standard. Okay, let's see if you can tinker.
Yep.
Tinker, roll your dice.
I'm going to spend a hero point as well.
Okay, spend a hero point. So he adds a dice to his dice pool. So he's rolling 3 dice now. Tinker. A double-handed. And is it a might or a mind? Oh, that's not good.
Is one success isn't enough?
No,
I'll spend another hero point.
Okay, to re-roll. So now he's spending a hero point
3
to re-roll.
successes.
Yeah, he gets 3 successes. So there you go, guys. You've seen the use of hero points. He used the hero point to add a dice to the dice pool, and then he wasn't happy with just getting 1 success. He needed, because 2 successes is guaranteed success. So he used another hero point to re-roll, and then he got 2 5s and a 4, which is 3 successes. The maximum's 2. So you can put a note. You can describe whatever it is with your daggers. You guys can see Killiah using some of his you got tinker tools. Actually, you know what I'll do as well, Tav? With your tinker tools, put a 6 near it, because I'll say for things like this, where you need to use consumables like wire or something, you can sort of have it consumable items as part of your tinker tool kit. So we'll see how that goes. So make your tinker tools, put a 6 near it and just change it to 5.
Tinker tool's going to disappear.
Well, no, if it goes to 0, it just means that you can still, you've still got lockpick kit and that sort of stuff. But I'm just thinking, say you wanted to leave a tripwire or use consumables to do something like here, you've probably used some twine or something, or some wire to combine it into. We'll just see how we go. We'll just see how that goes.
So then I'd have to spend another 3 gold to replenish the tools.
We'll worry about that at the end. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't want that though, because it's probably not major things. I was just thinking out loud just then. Maybe it's good to have consumables.
Let's see.
So what did you call it? A tinkered times 1, tinkered 2. Okay, yep, that's fine. All right,
It's
no
just
worries.
the throwing. I've put 2 into 1. That'll be. I assume it's going to sit in the same stack that's just been tinkered.
Yeah, it's a double-bladed or whatever. It's a double-bladed. That's fine. A tinkered dagger. That's fine. All right, last but not least, Vexza. As Thorn
Vexza.
unfortunately lets out a bark at Inga, and Inga's a bit afraid, or not a bit afraid, a lot afraid.
I probably encourage that and encourage a little more growling before leaving.
Okay, the
It's good for her
growls
to have
and
a
the
healthy fear of us.
okay. Well, her fear goes to terrified as she really seems like she's about to be attacked by Thorn. It's so aggressive.
I got to pat the dog on the head again as soon as it gets in.
Yeah, let the dog get in first, and I'd be mumbling something about, like, really under my breath, and maybe the party could hear, but certainly, unless Inga has special hearing, wouldn't be able to hear her say, if we kill them all, we can share the inheritance ourselves. And gets in the boat, takes an oar, and just starts rowing.
All right, so the party gets on the boat, and Vexza and Snotgard steer the boat around with Princess Fiona at the front and Killiah in the shadows of the rear. Where do you want your Thorn to go? Next to Fiona or next to Killiah? Next to Fiona, sort of snarls a bit. Next to Killiah, a bit more placid.
There's no way he's going to sit in one spot.
Oh,
So
fair
he'll move
enough.
around.
Okay, he jumps around the boat. All right, as you guys start rowing away towards the isle, we'll switch
Just in
to
a circle.
What? You want to row in a circle?
We'll just keep circling, come back and say, we didn't find him.
Nothing to see. You can, when you put your character tokens, just put it in a fashion where there's 2 at the front, 2 in the middle, 2 at the rear. You know what I mean? Just so it sort of simulates where your positions in the boat. Actually, I'll put the boat there as well. As you row towards the isle. Where's the boat? Here we go. Shit, there you go. I don't know, I made it massive. Can you guys resize it as well, or only me? Because I dropped it in there.
I think.
I can't.
I
Oh, you can resize my
can
boat.
select myself.
No,
Yeah.
you can move it, but you can't resize
Okay,
it.
well maybe stop moving it so people can put their tokens where they are. So yeah, as you guys get all your position, I'll just describe what's happening here as you head towards Haraphne. You can see that Haraphne is a kelp-choked island. It's off the western coast of the peninsula. As the party starts rowing, the waves are quite choppy, but the conditions are quite good. Even though the sun is starting to dip below the horizon, you still have light as you cut through the water. Although you will realize that by the time you reach the shore, it will be nightfall. Let us make some rolls to determine how hardy the backs of the rowers are. So let's start with Snotgard. So have you got a skill in athletics or any other physical type? Let's have a look what you've got.
Nope.
No. You get to make a might roll to see how well you row. Now, before you roll though, how it works with the rowing, there's a helping action. So one of you will be do the helping action, and then the other person will actually make the row or make the roll to see how well you combine your rowing technique. The helping action, you can't get hero points. It's only 1 dice, but it's a might check. But then the actual rowing action will have 2 dice. So looking at Vexza and Snotgard, who wants to be the main rower? And the other person will be the helper.
Well, the main rower is the only one who can get a hero point from the roll.
Correct. Yeah. But the main rower is also the one who, if you fail, will be needing to use their hero points to, cut through the choppiness.
Also, with a bit of a rowing technique.
Well, there can only be one help, so let's just see if these
okay,
guys.
sure.
But as a backup, Killiah and Fiona will be next to see what they do. If you need to help, then we'll see. So first of all, who wants to be the main rower out of Snotgard and Vexza?
I'm happy to be the main rower, but whichever you want. It's up to you, Snotgard.
Okay, let me be the main rover, please.
All right, so Vexza, you can roll 1 dice unless you've got athletics. No, you've got 1 dice. It's a might roll, and this is if your rowing technique and strength is able to help Snotgard with his rowing.
The balance from acrobatics won't help.
No. If the boat's about to topple, then remind me you've got that. That's success. All right, so Snotgard, you get 1 dice for your normal rowing, and you get an extra dice because Vexza is quite proficient and also strong enough to help with the rowing technique. So roll 2 dice, and this will determine how many successes. It's quite the.
Okay, and also it's night, but I have a dark sea, so it's easier for me to see the way if it probably will help me. And also I want to use one of my hero points.
Okay, no worries. You get 3 dice. Let's go. And it's a might roll.
Okay.
And that's 2 successes. Yeah. Yeah, so you got a 3 and a 1, so they're both under 4. So with 2 successes, just hold on 1 second, guys. Thank you. I just got a delivery. I'll just quickly go grab it. Just pause. All right. So with that, you're able to cut through with the help of Vexza, you're able to cut through the ocean currents to make it to this island in good time. So I'm going to say with 2 successes, you get there with still a bit of light remaining due to the successful roll. While you're rowing, and you've got obviously Fiona and Killiah. Fiona, did you want to do anything on the boat while they're powering through the water? Thorn is doing a lot of barking. You know, he sees some gulls and starts barking and jumping, foolishly trying to nip at them.
She would just enjoy the dog, and she would gently smile and generally relax, conserving her energy for next.
You're like
She's pretty
Titanic.
chill.
You're like Titanic, just at the front with your arms stretched. Okay, you're just, the sea spray is just, whipping through your hair as it sort of flows behind. You know that the others are looking at you thinking, oh, how beautiful is this orc? What about you, Killiah?
Let me see if I can use the hang on a minute, let's go to character sheet. Equipment. I'm gonna put the throwing dagger away back into one of the slots on her belt. She's gonna pull out the black dagger that's tinkered into that grapple and see if she can hook a gull.
See if she can hook a gull.
Hook a seagull, yeah. Feed Thorn.
I'll say
like
that's
a good idea.
I'll say that's hard because they're not sort of close, but I'll still say it's a chance.
Some time to prepare on the boat, surely.
Okay, you stand up and you start getting yourself.
It's like a one-handed throw, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give that. Yeah. You got skill in one-handed, have you? Yeah, no worries.
One-handed throw.
Make a roll and see if you can hook a.
Any preparation?
Yeah, what have you got? You're using the dagger's tinkered into the rope at the end. Yeah, it was like a rope and grapple, wasn't it?
Rope in one hand.
That was like
the
last
dagger
time.
in the other. I'm gonna throw it and try and.
Yeah. Okay, I will say that's one. Go. You get the bonus. Yeah, we'll say you have time to wait for them, one of them to get low.
Boom, boom.
Yep, you manage to, much to the delight of Thorn, your dagger plants into one of the. I mean, there's no such thing as a stealthy approach at this point because Thorn is just now barking with excitement and venom as your dagger plunges into one of the seagulls. Seagull makes a squawk and plummets down into the water for you to able to rope in.
Is the dagger not into it? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna pull it in.
Yeah, you pull it in onto the boat.
Nice. I'm gonna feed Thorn, pat him on the head, and tell him in Elvish to just try and be quiet, be a bit more quiet.
Oh, okay. Make a mind roll.
Just a straight roll?
Yeah, straight roll. Unless you've got Pathfinder. You got Pathfinder. Roll 2 dice. You're good with you. Roll another dice. Oh. Yeah. Because Pathfinder is with animals as well. Yeah, with that, for all those actions, because they're the noosing of the. Oh, actually, I'll give you 2 hero points because I'll say that your hooking of the gull.
Yep, gives me 1.
It gives you 1, and I'll say that he's able to placate Thorn. It doesn't get like a provision; it's just happy to maul it, basically.
Yeah.
And the mauling of it, combined with your soothing touch and elvish words, manages to keep it quiet. What do you make of this, Vexza? As you're rowing, you look behind you. And Thorns was doing a lot of yapping and barking and jumping around the boat, but now seems to be quiet at the rear next to Killiah, tearing at a gull.
Vexza would just nod and go back to rowing. She's fine with it.
New owner.
No.
It is the way of elves. What is yours is mine. Okay. All right, so as you approach Harafni, the sea mist closes in and the sound of the waves is replaced by an eerie silence that encroaches upon you. With the mist, you hear the scraping, perhaps of stone, perhaps of barnacles, as you realise the water in these parts does seem to be more irregular, perhaps shallower. You can see the inlet marked by like a rocky formations, almost volcanic in nature, sand and a lot of kelp covering the rocks and the water underneath the boat as perhaps Fiona notices you're tearing through kelp, and also you hear now and then the sound of scraping. So you're not too sure if you're heading in the right direction, that is safe. So you're definitely making it to the island. You're in the shallow parts now where you're close to the shore. Let's start with Fiona because you're at the front of the boat. You can see the guys are powering the boat forward, no problem at all. Like they've definitely got the ability, but you do hear this scraping underneath.
Hey, Fiona would try and see if there's anything in there. She just hold tight onto the boat, and she would try and bend a little bit and to see if she sees anything down below, something that might catch her attention. I don't know, the reflection or something.
Yeah, so you want to hold on to the boat and then look ahead just into the water to see what this sound is that's scraping, whether it's rock or perhaps just barnacles.
Hopeful. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's a mind-based roll because you're looking. You've only got 1 dice for this roll. Do you want to use a hero point to have 2 dice or just do a 1 dice roll? You need to roll 4 or higher.
So do just 1 for start.
Okay.
Wise choice.
Yeah, that's successful. 1 success, remember, isn't full success, so you're not too sure whether there is more to see. But with 1 dice, you can tell that it indeed isn't rock. It's actually just barnacles. As you're crunching through them, they're sort of moving and scraping away. And before you know it, you slide up onto the sand and you are on the shore. All right. It's the same image. So as the boat now settles onto the shore, you've cut through the inlet, the sound of the rocks, the scraping. Did you want to tell the team, Fiona, that it was just barnacles, or because it didn't sound very good? It sounded like it was doing some damage to the boat. Did you want to share that knowledge?
Well, these were just barnacles, guys. I am, 90% sure these were just barnacles, and I don't know why they made this weird sound, but these are just barnacles. Probably some new fashion or something.
Barnacles can make nice jewelry, right?
Oh, I like the way you think. Do you want to come back and try to fetch some and make me a nice necklace of maybe a pair of earrings?
Vexza brings up the idea and it becomes his responsibility to make the necklace. I like it. What do you answer to that, Vexza?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, well, you're on the shore, and you can see on the shore as I'll just quickly give you a brief. You're still on the boat, so you have that little interaction with Fiona. But as you arrive on the shore, the first thing you will notice is that it's very eerily silent. In terms of vision, there is a mist that sort of shrouds the boat, the shore, and as you look past back behind the sea, as the sun now dipping, not nightfall, but you can just barely make out the peninsula from where you rode from. But you all notice the gulls, aside from the dead one that's no longer moving. There's no sound of gulls anymore. That's gone. You look up into the sky and you realize all you notice is the mist. It's still. There's no wind moving anything. It's almost so quiet because you sort of keen your ears thinking, it sounds too quiet. You suddenly start hearing a sound. Just your heartbeats. Pumping, pumping. And then broken by the slap of waves that rush upon the rocks. There's a distant sound of water echoing at different parts through the sea mist that you can't quite make out due to the encroaching mist that surrounds you. But as you look around Vexza, you can see there are clearly shells barnacles, smooth rocks and things littered amongst the sand, shards of volcanic rock as well. So I'll give you the first action if you did want to do something, given you spoke to Fiona about the necklace.
The first thing before anything else, she would send Thorn to do like a 20 to 30 foot sweep, kind of semicircle the area.
Okay, you've got two options. You can get Vexza. You can get Thorn to do a sweep nearby, like a near distance, which means you'll still be able to see Thorn, or you can send it off to the volcanic rocks out of view, so disappear in the mist.
I don't mind if he disappears in the mist, just don't want it to be more than 30 feet away.
Yeah, normally you just like whistle when you want to retrieve, like you come back. Okay, so he's happy. Like he actually has the gull in its mouth. It's more red with blood, feathers stuck in its fur. It's had a good time, and it's quiet as well. But, it complements the eerie silence, and with the gull still in its maw, it looks at you. Sort of, you can tell by its eyes. It's happy that you're saying. You tell it to whip off and have a look around. It takes the gull, it disappears, runs across the sand, and the mist swallows it up, and he's gone. Snotgard, what do you want to do as the boat hits across the sand?
Snotgard will go to the earth because he doesn't really like water. Especially this clean water. He more used to marsh and something like this. So he disembarks and he is he will take out his swords and he's looking for something to kill, just in case.
All right, so I'm just going to say that you're prepared at the moment. You've got your swords, you're on guard. So with preparation, it means this round you don't do anything else, but if next round something happens, you get attacked or something, you'll get a bonus, okay, to your attack because you're like prepared. Or you can use your bonus to defend depending on what happens. All right, so you leap out onto the sand, onto firm ground, not quite akin to clear waters and fresh waters. You are the first to alight, well, second from Thorn. Let's go to the next person in the turn order, and that's Fiona.
Fiona is going to get herself prepared, and I assume she was still in the boat at the moment.
Yes.
She will leave the boat.
Yeah, you alight
So she
onto
will
the
lift
sand. Yeah.
Yes, she wants to land onto the sand and take out her weapon, so she has it in hand just in case, all prepared and stuff. I assume it's the full action.
Yeah, so again, you go side by side with Snotgard. You grab your sword and shield. You can do similarly. You can be prepared so that if something happens the next round, you'll get a bonus dice, or you can use this round to perform an action on the shore if there's something else you want us to do. So you're happy just to use it to be prepared, or do you want to do something else?
She will just get prepared as if nothing else comes in mind.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything, threatening other than the fact that you can't see past this mist. You can definitely see the structure of the volcanic rock, and, the beach definitely goes left and right of the shore. But at the moment, other than Thorn disappearing into the mist, all seems eerily quiet. It sounds too quiet. The sound of gulls automatically disappeared as soon as you went onto the shore, which you're thinking, that doesn't sound right. Killiah.
Killiah's going to scour the beach and look. I'm going to use Pathfinder to see if I can find any tracks of any sort.
All right. So you also alight onto the beach and join the others, and you start peering into the sand. Because light is still there, this will probably be the last round before the sun dips and you're into darkness. So taking advantage of the remaining light, Killiah, you can make a Pathfinder roll.
Yep.
Pathfinder is mind. That's 2 successes. Jeez. Okay, 2 successes. Okay, you notice very, very faint marks, footprints, boots. One person heading northeast, southwest of your location. It looks like has crossed from east to west. In fact, with 2 successes, as you have a closer look, it looks like they went west and then returned east. So if you can imagine, they moved along the beach, but the returning tracks east are fresher. So it means that that's the more recent direction, if I've explained that correctly.
Yeah, so can I assume that north is inland, west is around the coast, east is around the coast,
Yes,
south is back out
yes.
to the water?
Let's do that.
Sweet.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to just signal, not even make any noise, just sort of wave at the party, do the fingers to the eyes, and then point east.
East. So did I say east was the direction of the footprints going? I can't remember what I said.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, so they went west and then fresher ones went east.
No worries. As you determine...
Look at me and then point east.
Okay, as you notify the team to go east, I will get Vexza to roll a random d6. 1 to 2 is east, 3 to 4 is north, 5 to 6 is west. This is where Thorn went. Oh, okay, that is the direction that Thorn disappeared into. All right, hold on 1 second. Roll me a d6. Yeah, east. Roll me a d6 for Thorn. 1 is good for Thorn.
Roll a 1.
And that's not necessarily meaning all the other numbers are bad, but 1 means there was been something more positive. Okay, hold on 1 second. The chances of that gone in the direction of the footprints. Okay. You hear Thorn bark aggressively. All right, and with that barking, it's actually Vex's turn. And it seems to be I know that you said, you didn't want it to go too far. It's definitely in sound distance, obviously, but it sounds further than you would have normally liked Thorn to go.
And that's to the east?
East. Where
I would jump
Killiah
up.
has said, well, just gestured.
Yeah, I'd jump onto the sand and say, let's go! And I'd run after the barking.
Whoa, all right. As you run, as your action while the others were just sort of stationary, you disappear into the mist. All right. As we go back to the top of the order, as the sun just dramatically, like the order in those movies where it goes fast, disappears beyond the horizon, and you see this shadow sweep over the beach, and you're enveloped in night darkness. And what that essentially means, because the weather's been good, it's been warm, you can still see, but you can't see past like a near distance, unless there is some light. So at the moment, the mist is, what do you call it? The mist is stopping you from seeing further anyway, but now the darkness is making it a bit harder if you were to search. So with that being said, the sound of barking from the east, the acknowledgement of footprints going east, we'll go back to the top of the order with Snotgard.
Okay, Snotgard will try to follow the footprints.
Do you want to run? Or do you want to... So Vexza's running, or do you want to just move cautiously into the mist?
Cautiously, I don't know what it meaning. So, Snotgard is yelling will run, and he will want to follow Vexza and the doggy. Hey,
No.
wait for me, where are you running?
Okay, just to add to the commotion.
I don't have that long legs. Wait for me.
I love it. Like Killiah, no sound, and all of a sudden barking, and then the yelling of Snotgard, wait for me. You definitely hear that yelling. Everyone hears it. Vexza, you hear it. So essentially Snotgard is, close by you. So he starts running. You also disappear in the mist. What about you, Fiona? 2 of your party have disappeared. Oh, plus Thorn. 3 of your party.
well, Fiona has no other options. She will not stay alone in there. So she would just follow their lead, but she would try to do that sneakily. Obviously, no sound. She would try to crouch a little bit. So she's
sneak attack,
trying
yes.
to appear smaller and, all the sneaky possibilities she has.
Okay,
learned
so what I'll get,
being
for you, Fiona, don't make any rolls for now. Because you're not running, the next round will be those who are running. But when it comes to your turn, you'll get a bonus dice. So just remember, you'll get a sneak roll and a bonus as you're being cautious in your approach. What about you, Killiah?
Just she's not even saying anything. She just shakes her head in disagreement with the way that the party runs and makes all the barking dog, and she's not very happy, and she's going to attempt to sneak off in that direction to follow trail behind.
Oh, okay. So you're following Fiona's action. Okay, you can also
I'm not going to prepare. I'm just going to already move. I'm just
okay.
start sneaking straight away.
Well, because you're moving at a slower speed, you'll still have to use your round to sneak. So I was just basically, there's nothing else you can do. I was just getting you a bonus next round. So essentially, unless you want to do something else while you're sneaking, like detect or something, you'll get the bonus.
Well, actually, you know what? I mean, there's not really anything else. That's my action to sneak. There's nothing else I want to do.
So you're sneaking, so you'll just be one round behind Snotgard. Snotgard's yelling, so you're one round behind Snotgard and Vexza. So when we get to that round, I'll get you, both you and Fiona, another option of whether you want to use the prepared action. All right, let us start with Vexza. Okay, so I'm not going through turn order because you've split the party. So Vexza, you run through the mist almost as it gets darker. You knew the sun was dipping, okay, but the timing's not the best. And I'm going to open the next scene. Just imagine that it is a lot darker than this scene looks to be absolute bright day. I don't know. I haven't worked out a way to make it change darkness, but I will describe what you see. So you're coming from the west side, so from the right. Okay. As you move through the mist, of course, this picture has no mist. Okay, imagine that the mist is covering your distance further, right? But you clearly make out this. You see a driftwood and dried kelp hut. You can put your dog there because the dog is will be in this scene. You see a driftwood and dried kelp hut that leans against a cliff in one of the sandy inlets, similar to where you birthed. It's half swallowed by deep shadows. Coarse marram grass covers the rocks. There seems to be a lot of dark crevices, given that it's starting, the night's falling, that cut into this cliff face, this volcanic cliff face. Okay, so there's a lot of hiding points, basically, is what I'm saying. Your immediate side, immediately as you emerge, you see Thorn, but with Thorn you see a figure, which I'll put here now. Also grey. I've really made it beautiful, grey on grey.
With his name tag on. Yes.
Oh, you can see that. Well, that's good to know. What about now? No, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Well, he says, I am Sigbert. He doesn't. You see what you assume must be the man you seek. I'll make a note of that name. Thank you.
We never even asked for a description.
Yeah. Use your role playing. You don't see no name. You see a ragged and hollow-eyed man that's squatting beside Thorn, but has Thorn in a vice-like grip under one of his arms. Thorn is no longer barking. He's been immobilized. This man looks serious. Okay? There's something about his demeanor. He does have weapons. You can see his arm on his back has a large sword. He has a dagger. He looks like a warrior or a fighter of some description. Although it looks like he's been here maybe for a while, because his clothing is probably the same clothing he's had for the time he's been there. Near his shelter, you do the corner eye. You do notice there are some remains of shells, some cracked carapaces and stuff. The only thing that makes you, aside from his demeanor and the fact that he has thorn in a vice-like grip, he also has bare feet, which makes you think that's a bit weird. You need to roll turn order. So with the turn order, everyone's turn order is going to be reset. Only those who I introduce will roll. So you can actually roll for yourself. Vexza? Shit, that is excellent, sir. You can slap that number and you can roll for this person who could be Sigbert. You can roll his turn order. Oh, God. That's not good.
24.
Yep, you can slap in. No, don't roll, Fiona. So no one else roll. Those rolls won't count. It's only when I introduce you into this, because the only person there at this point is Vexza. So you can move your tokens and just leave them off the scene. Everyone else is not there yet. So with this, you sort of surprise him. So I'm going to say that you're in near distance because a mist is making everything quite close, but he has got thorn in a lock and he looks up towards you, but he doesn't get a chance to speak. If indeed he was going to speak, you can act first.
Is it obvious the tracks that Thorn used to get to him?
You haven't seen any tracks, to be honest. You basically just saw Killiah do like this. He didn't even speak, or she didn't even speak, and then you just ran hearing the bark, I believe, of Thorn, putting one and one together. So you haven't seen any tracks, and as you've just emerged, you're not really paying attention for any searching unless you want to use your action to start investigating.
Nope. If I don't see obviously, then just with wild abandon, I yell, "Release my brother!" and I dive at him with my spear to attack.
Here we go. All right. As you do that, he releases Thorn, who sort of doesn't collapse, but has got 1 point of damage from this almost vice-like grip. So don't forget, Thorn can act in this round where you're acting. So you can give it a command to do whatever you like. So do you want Thorn to do something before you attack? Or do you want you to do something and let Thorn act after? Because you both get to do something before Sigbert.
Well, if he can distract him before I attack, then that should be a bonus to attack.
So let's see. So I'll give Thorn. So don't forget, when you do your turn order, also give Thorn a number. You can roll 2d6, and every result of 1 is success for Thorn. Unless you want to use, you can use hero points for your companion as well, if you wish. No. All right, you give it
definitely being loud, so everybody be able to hear him.
You give it the command to distract, or whatever the symbol is for it to distract. It runs to your side, so it uses its action to get away from this, person that heard it, and it starts barking. But this person's eyes are locked on the assailant, who is you. As you make your assault, and how are you attacking?
I'm stabbing him in the chest. I'm doing like a leaping assault with my spear.
Yeah.
Although we did let go of the dog, so that gives me some pause, but I would have been in motion by the time we let go of the dog.
He immediately,
Did he have...
as he lets go of Thorn, he draws a dagger almost instinctively, knowing that this is battle. So make your roll to hit.
I'll use a hero point. So I get 1 plus my two-handed weapon plus a hero point. So 3.
Use a hero point. Subtract 1 and roll 3 dice.
That's 3 successes.
Woo! Boom! All right, your spear. I assume you're going for the kill, or you're just going to try and
right through the heart.
You know your objective.
Yes. I don't know his name though.
True.
Know that.
That's good roleplay, man. I like that. Geez, if I could give hero points for roleplay, I'm gonna have to make a note of that. I actually like that. All right, you attack this grizzly veteran of the island. Let's just call him that. How's that for a name? The grizzly veteran of the island. And you do how much damage? 2 points, I believe. Okay, you do know. Two-handed. What have you got? Two-handed spear
2
is
damage.
2 damage. Yeah. So I'm going to put near here. I don't know how to do this. I'm going to put... Does this work? No, that doesn't
You can do the
work.
bloodied symbol on him, can't you?
I can. Actually, you know what I'll do? In the turn order, I'll write down a 2 next to him. Yeah, that's... Oh, actually, there's a notes field. Even better. That's very smart. Oh, yeah, and like Killiah's done in the turn order, that's good how Killiah's put sneak prepared. You can make little notes. That's what I really should use that for how much damage you've done of the enemy. Now, you notice as you attack, underneath his ragged clothing, he does have armor. So it gives him a bit more protection. But your spear plants deep. Blood pools immediately as you withdraw the spear at this villain who harmed Thorn. Blood gushes down. Immense amount of blood. As you have wounded, badly wounded this person. And his turn. He's still up. He's still up. Okay, let me see what he does. He says to you in a gruff voice, "Killed my brother. You think you shall be spared my blade?" He looks at you sort of and taunts you
You
with
look like
that.
my father. I hate my father.
He lunges at you with his... Oh, actually, no, I don't. He doesn't necessarily lunge. You roll d6, and that tells me what he does. You can roll the d6. Five. Okay. What he does as you lance at him, quite surprisingly, he makes a deft, evasive move to the side of the shack to get out of your melee distance, which in your mind is a stupid action because you can clearly breach that distance on your next action. So he breaks distance for some reason, and then he says something in a language that you do not understand. And he points to the sea as he says that. And all of a sudden, you see this mist almost instantly surround you, and he becomes an obstructed target. You can put in your turn order. You can put in your turn order notes. You've got a -1d, as the mist is like a combination of water and fog, and it sort of like makes you raise your hand and sort of wipe your brow as he comes into view and moves out of view. But it looks as though... Oh, okay. Roll another d6 as you get encroached by this mist. It's a random roll, so you don't know particularly what it's going to do. 4. Oh, damn. All right. He curses. He curses another foul tongue, and he points up to the sky. Doesn't go. And he pulls his hand down. And as you look up, because you instinctively look up to the sky for some reason, you're not too sure why, you see, it doesn't make sense, but you see this wave of water pull above you and start plummeting down to crash upon you. You can make a reaction to try to block or dodge this. Oh, actually, no. I'm not correct. Not correct, unfortunately. You need to make a mind check, as something in your head tells you that, tries to tell you this isn't real. It's too much of a wave to dodge or block. You need to make a standard mind check. So you need to roll 1 dice, and it is a mind check. You need to roll above your proficiency, equal or above.
Pathfinder with nature lore wouldn't help.
Nope. This is something that's attacking your mind to think that a wave is coming from the sky. Do you want to use a hero point to re-roll, or else you'll leave it?
No. Yep.
No, yep. No, you won't re-roll, or yep, you will re-roll.
I don't want to re-roll.
No worries. This wave crashes upon you. Your dog, Thorn, is barking viciously. Looks at you quizzically, but you notice you've been crushed by a wave of water. Such is the weight of it. It pushes you into the sand. Roll a d6. 1 to 3, you get 1 point of crushing damage. 4 to 6, you get 2 points of crushing damage.
Uh-oh.
2 points damage.
Okay.
As you get that damage, Snotgard, yelling. I can't remember what you were yelling. What were you yelling as you emerge into this scene? You can bring your token into this scene. Next to Vexza. And you can also roll your turn order to see where you arrive in the next round. Are you there, Snotgard?
Yes.
Bring your token in and roll turn order.
Second.
What did you roll for Sigbert? 24? I thought you rolled 14 for Sigbert. Turn order.
I don't actually remember, so I will just reroll.
No, Tavis.
No,
not
that
Tavis.
was
Curses. Dwighty.
What? You want
he
me
rolled
to reroll
24.
my
No.
turn?
He rolled
No.
24.
Oh, you did roll 24? Sorry, I thought you rolled 14.
Nah.
Okay, so with Snotgard, you can change your turn order to 19 from 00. So you can see you'll act last in this round, but you are now in the scene. And what you note, unless you want to use a hero point, you can re-roll that to try to get above Sigbert if you wish. Do you want to use a hero point to re-roll your turn order or just take 19?
Yes, I will try to reroll it.
All right, take off a hero point and roll turn order again. If you get a lower result, you have to take that. Oh, so close! It was a waste of a hero point, unfortunately, in terms of overlapping Sigbert. You can use another hero point to reroll, or you can take 23.
I will take 23. I don't have a lot of hero point left.
Okay, what you see is this scene. Sigbert, you see this grizzly warrior veteran armed with a dagger. His fist has just like dropped to his front, and you see Vexza on the ground, almost trying to scrape herself out of the sand. You don't know what's going on, but you can see she's been wounded. She's got blood pooling out of her nose. It looks like, she sort of cracks her, maybe she dislocated a collarbone or something. You're not too sure. She looks like she's been crushed, but you can't see anything. You just see the sand.
She looked like she's struggling to breathe.
No, you're not wet or anything. Oh, sorry, she's also enveloped. You can barely see her. She's enveloped with a shroud of mist. So not only does she look like she's been crushed by something, maybe it's this mist, she's also covered with a mist, so you can't even make her out too well. Thorn's barking not only at this savage, but also at his master, because he doesn't know what's going on. All of a sudden, she's like, been wounded by something and shrouded in a mist. But you can't act at this point, but you can speak if you wish as you emerge.
Okay, Snotgard will yell, "Hey, what's going on? And who is this guy? Should I kill him?"
You can speak, Vexza.
Oh, I will take it as yes.
Okay, as you emerge...
Wait a bit, I'm almost here.
As you emerge and Vexza, endorses your action, you see the warrior look at you and look at, Vexza and look at the dog and sort of take a few steps back, with his dagger. He can't act at this point. Vexza, you're the first. Remember, you or Thorn can act.
I guess I try to get my way out of here, out of whatever's pressuring me. There's not much else.
I'll say this. You are on the ground. There's no wave. You're not even wet. You're bone dry. But you feel like you've been crushed. Some of you, like your ribs, feel like they're cracked. You've got blood pooling out of your nose. This mist around you is real, though. You can sort of just see Snotgard emerge. You're like, what the hell's this mist? What? A combination of water and fog shrouding your view. And the wound is real, obviously. The amount of damage you did to this ruffian, he did to you.
He tried to kill the dog, I would say to Snotgard as I run past to the shack and I try to scramble up to the top of it so I can dive on him from the roof.
Ooh,
And I
prepared
send
action.
Thorn to
Okay.
distract again.
Okay, in that case, I'll say that you easily make your way to the top of the thing, so that's a prepared action to attack. And you can make your roll for Thorn to give you a bonus. Roll 2 dice. He only needs one of those to be a 1 to help. with distraction.
Oh, alright, I only rolled one.
Yeah, one more.
Nope, neither of them.
No. Do you want to use a hero point to roll another 2 for him?
Nope.
All right. He's barking madly. He's still at near distance. He's not attacking though, because he's been wounded. Normally he would aggressively attack, but he's holding at bay. He's trained in distraction, which I believe the skill stipulates he stays out of combat, was it?
That's right, yes.
Yeah, so he's staying out of range, and Snotgard, essentially is near him now. He doesn't know who to attack, this ruffian or Snotgard, but yeah, the ruffian did injure him. All right, that's your turn, preparing to attack, and you can make a note if you wish, as we go to Sigbert. All right, so I'm going to... He's got 2 aggression...
Over here!
Oh, do you want to get his attention? Do you want to Snotgard?
Yeah, I want to provoke him. And,
Okay.
Hey, you puny human, get over here and I will show you how to use the sharp things.
All right, roll 1 dice to see what he does as he gazes towards you. It's a random roll. Geez, unfortunately for both of you, that's not the best things for you both. He says to you as he mumbles something in a language that you don't understand, but he follows it up in common. He says, "I have learned that redemption is bought with pain. You care to make a donation?" And he puts his outstretched fingers towards you, and you notice from the sea, the similar mist and fog that surrounds your comrade also engulfs you, and you have a -1 dice penalty as your view becomes obstructed by a combination of sea mist and fog. You've also got that restriction. Roll another d6, because it seems like he gets 2 actions. Oh, that's different. Okay. Whoa! He takes 1 step forward and he throws his dagger at you. Now you can choose to either block or dodge. Now, let's see what you've got, because if you don't have a shield, you wouldn't choose to block, you would just choose to dodge. No, you've got 2 swords. So to dodge this attack is a might action, but you don't know whether you need 1 or 2 successes. So you're not too sure how skilled this enemy is. So at the moment you've got 1 dice to try to dodge. Do you want to use a hero point to roll 2 dice? Or are you happy just to roll 1 dice and see how good this guy is?
Can I take this blow and use it to close distance? And I don't think he is expecting it. And I want to get hurt to have some bonus in my next attack.
Okay, so you don't want to dodge. You want to take the wound and then use that as a bonus to you, so he thinks you're weak, something like that.
Yes.
Okay, so would that be to get a... I mean, you can still dodge and do... Oh, okay, that's interesting. Let me think. Cop the damage and use that as a bonus for yourself.
I'm Barbarian.
Okay.
I like pain.
You like pain. Okay. All right. In that case, I'm going to pay that. All right. You take the damage. The dagger strikes you for 1 point of damage. And it lodges into you, but you'll get a bonus on your next round if you attack or defend. You can use it for whatever you like, but it is now your turn, and he's not evading. He's keeping his distance. He now doesn't have any weapons, but I mean, he can draw a weapon. You see that he does have a large sword on his back, but it's now your turn, Snotgard, as this dagger plants, and he sort of chuckles.
It's all you got, says Snotgard, and then he's rushed into this man and starting try to kill him with his both swords.
All right,
so
now
it should be.
Yes, so before you roll, normally we'd have 2 dice, You've got a 1 dice penalty because the mist follows you, and as you engage in combat, he becomes harder to see as he sort of tries to dodge. I'll say that he draws his double-handed sword, and he's using that to sort of dodge, but then you gain the bonus because he thinks that you can't even dodge a dagger or you were too slow, so you get a bonus this round. So it's back to 2 dice. Roll your 2 dice, and it's a might action.
I actually have a dark sea, so I really think this mist isn't that horrible for me as for others.
Unfortunately, it's a physical barrier, not just the light. So it's, the water's getting in your eyes,
Okay.
and the mist is like a fog. So you've still got 2 dice, but it's good bringing that up for me to double check that was not going to help.
And I will use 1 hero point.
Oh, it's your
so
last
I want to
one.
make it 3 dice.
Wow,
Yes.
okay. Roll.
No, not last one. I had 2 and I already reduced by 1.
Understand. Okay, no
So
worries.
3 dice.
3 dice. You want to get 2 successes. You do get 2 successes. With a flurry of your 2 one-handed swords, you cut into him twice. For another 2 points damage. That's not good. Let's see, old Sigbert, how he fares. He looks shocked. His eyes, as you get close to this range, you realize his eyes, there's something unnatural about them. Okay, his pupils are really small and the most of his eyes are white. And you're thinking, but nonetheless, blood sprays onto the sand. Okay, Thorn barks, kill, kill, kill. If it could speak in Goblin, it barks its commands for you to finish it. And that finishes your action. He's still up, but he's got 4 points of damage. As Fiona and Killiah, you can now, as we get to the top of the next round, don't forget you use your round to sneak in through the mist. Roll your turn order and let's see where you enter. It'll be pretty hard to get to the top of it, I guess, but so make type 23.51 Killiah and Rishov 21. So enter your scores. And Snotgard, can you look through the chat and look at your roll of 23 and what were the 2 dice that you rolled?
1 second. Where is
So
it?
Killiah, you can do 23.51.
So 3, 4, 4, 3, 4, 5.
So just the first 2 numbers.
No, it's alright. I re-rolled anyway. I spent a
3
hero
for
point.
Okay. Oh, don't worry, he just re-roll. All right, what did you get, Killiah? You went backwards.
18. I mean, sure.
All right, thank you. Okay, beautiful. No, there's no numbers that are tied up. So, Vexza, you are at the top of the shack. You can see Snotgard has slashed violently into this. Well, you determined, given that he said he killed his brother, you're like, well, there can't be too many people on an island, So you will say, okay, this is, pretty much think it's Sigbert. But what would you like to do, Vexza?
Oh, back to me.
Yes, because this is the turn order when
definitely,
these guys snuck in.
I'm jumping off to stab him. Hopefully he's distracted by Snotgard. Does that give me any other bonuses?
He's not distracted, but you, you weren't able to sneak to sort of flank him. You just basically got up there to prepare like a attack from a height or something. So normally you would have 2 dice plus 1 dice for the assault from the sky, minus 1 dice because you're basically, as you are moving, you're covered in this shroud of mist, so you can't really make him out clearly from Snotgard, but you lunge down with your spear, which brings you back to 2 dice to attack. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's do Thorn's attempt at distraction first.
Oh yeah. The barking. Surely there's going to be a 1 here. You only need a 1. Nope. Okay, still barking. And here you come.
I will use a hero point to give myself 3.
Oh, hello, not mucking around.
2 successes.
Yeah, all
Still
right.
haven't rolled my number.
It happens sometimes. You go through whole games, you don't roll your number. Okay, Vexza, Thorn, barking. Vexza launches from the top, and your spear, literally stakes Sigbert as it goes down, goes right through his midriff. he's feeling pain, definitely, like he's shaking. He's got cuts all around him. As you slash through him and you withdraw your spear, and blood sprays up like a fountain, almost in John Woo slow motion. The mist that's covering you and Snotgard changes from the white mist to this red plume, which is Sigbert's blood spraying around. And he's almost looking up. His face changes. He's almost looking like this is the relief he sought, for his crimes. Perhaps this is what he wants to happen, the GM says forebodingly. All right, this goes to Sigbert's turn. And what does he do with two assailants who are slashing and tearing at him? He has 6 points of damage. Any normal man, albeit like a large creature, would be struggling with this amount of wounds. But not so for this one. He says to you, "The gods may not forgive me, but they will forget you." And he turns and he bolts, and he uses his action to break the combat and run into the volcanic rock where there are little slivers of passages. He darts into one of the passages, disappearing. So you've actually lost sight of him. But as soon as you lose sight of him, the mist and the bloody mist that surrounds both of you drops, and you are free of that spell, I'll call it. I'll get Vexza. You can roll roll 1 dice now again for Sigbert. So he's used one action to evade. Well, actually, he's used his free action to move. I haven't rolled what he's doing. So Vexza, just roll 1 dice. I probably stuffed that up a bit. 4. Okay. Okay, that's just really unfortunate because I've sort of narrated that the mist drop, but no, it doesn't. He actually looks at you before he disappears into the crevasse, and he conjures again, and the mist does it. It's about to drop, but he turns at the last minute, and he keeps it upon you. Snotgard, roll another d6 for his second action. So as he disappears into the rocks, he unfortunately reconjures his first. Oh, my love of God. And then he brings down, he says, "I leave you this parting gift. I pray that the gods..."
Is it shiny?
He says, "Perhaps when you reach Valhalla, you will seek the shiny things, small fiend." I will get I'll get Snotgard. Roll a d6, 1 to 3. He drops this on Vexza. Seeing that you're weakened, Vexza, and that he crushed you once before, he says, "The least I can do before I leave to my queen is finish off the spear wielder." Make a mind roll as you notice this torrent of wave. You know that it's already crushed you once. As you look up to the sky, oh, not this time. Perhaps after the last time you were crushed and came to your senses and realized, hang on, I wasn't wet. You realize, no, this is not real. And as you do, you see just the cloud and the mist above you as you're able to break that, and you get a hero point. No, you don't. It's a reaction, unfortunately.
Oh, no?
No, it's a reaction to his attack. He has disappeared. He has disappeared into the crags, which is unfortunate because Fiona, you can move your token onto this scene, Princess Fiona. You've heard the taunts and Snotgard's yelling. Snotgard, you still have the dagger. You can, if you wish to keep this on your equipment, you can just call it
yes, of course. It's a souvenir.
A one-handed dagger or souvenir, yeah. So, Fiona, you emerge, but all you see is Vexza and Snotgard. Vexza is definitely wounded, but they are both enshrouded by a mist of sea spray and fog. But you don't see them fighting anything. Perhaps they were just fighting ghosts.
That's weird. Fiona looks puzzled as she approaches closer to get a better look and to see if there's some sort of ghost or whatever happened to her teammates. So
Now,
she would approach
Vexza and
Vexza.
Yeah, they can speak. So they know where the target's gone. So you can speak to Fiona because it's Fiona's turn. She's emerged. She hasn't done anything. So she has got an action as she moves towards both of you.
He fled his queen into the rocks. A point.
Oh, he fled. So there's a person we need to pursue. Or who?
Yes, he must be killed. He hurt Thorn.
Oh, okay. No worries. I'll try to find him. So, Fiona would move as like a jog to the direction where her teammates showed her, and she would try to find where a flag. And she has no idea how this person looks.
Okay, you've got a few options here, Fiona.
So she's looking for someone.
Yeah, you got a few options. One, you can bolt, run, full speed, might check, and just try to run down this person, this fugitive. Two, you can jog, as you say, which is that means you'll move into that area. It won't be at full pace, but you'll be able to perform an action. So that's like a near action. So you can, if you move out of jogging, which is like a normal movement, you'll be able to do an action, but it may not be quick enough to run down this person, if indeed that he ran, which you assume he ran off. So do you want to run and use a might action or take caution?
Fiona would do the good thing and she would be responsible. So she would run with all her might out there, hopefully seeing the person and hopefully running into it.
Now, the good thing about you with your running, athletics covers running, you are good at sprinting. All right, so you can roll 2 dice. It's a might check, and this will determine how quickly you're able to pursue the target. You've got the jump on you, but you arrived quickly soon after, and Vexza pointed the way. So you got 5 and 3, which is 1 success. Do you want to take 1 success or use a hero point to reroll?
I would push my luck and use 1 hero point.
Yeah, go
That's
for it.
all I have. 6, so... Ooh,
Oh, only 1
basically.
success again. Do you want to use a hero point to re-roll or take 1 success?
I'll take 1 success.
All right.
Doesn't seem like I would be able
No
to roll
worries.
better.
With 1 success, you cut through the crags, moving. It goes up a bit of an incline, but then it sort of reaches a point where you have to go 2 directions. You don't know really, so you sort of just bound in 1 direction, and before you know, you're overlooking the rock face. You haven't found him, but the corner of your eye, you see him. He's gone ahead of you, so he's out of your range. Actually, I'll say he's at a far distance. He disappears into a cave. Now, next, I'll just say he's about to disappear, but because in the turn order he acts first, he will disappear. Okay, so as you get to the end, you realize you weren't fast enough, even though you have practiced cross-country running. Unfortunately, on this occasion, it was a bit rocky underneath and you lost track with the split. He took the short route, you took the long route, and when you got there, he's disappearing into the cave. So I'm just going to say you're on your own, but you have seen where he's gone as we go to Killiah. Killiah, you can put your token onto the page. You see Fiona run off through the crags.
20 minutes later, Killiah arrives. And, can I use my preparation for anything?
Yeah, what do you want to do? Well, the preparation would have only been for sneak, but you can do an action. In that round, what did you want to be doing?
So, three rounds or 4 rounds later, I arrive. And
No, you guys are only 1 round behind. So Snotgard and Vexza had a free round, and then you guys have arrived. It's just that you're at the bottom of the order. So you've only had 1 round less.
Sure. Just shakes her head, looks around, doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything. All right.
No, nothing. She just shakes her head, looks around.
Well, you've seen where the last thing you've seen is where Fiona bolted off. Disappears through the
Sure.
crags.
I'll prepare a pathfinder for next round. All three.
Okay. You look into the ground, perhaps for any tracks, more signs. As we go to the top of the order, Vexza. Now it dissipates because he used he's now totally escaped. So you don't have that penalty of the mist anymore. But your target has gone, and Fiona too.
If Killiah's doing Pathfinder and preparing, can I also assist in that Pathfinder to give Killiah a +1?
Yeah. How are you going to
Yeah,
assist?
I'll do that. I'm pointing out, hey, over here, this is where he went, giving a little more information than he had when he first got here.
No, so do you want to be a physical action, I guess? Because you want to probably use might. Roll 1 dice. If you roll 4 or under, your efforts of putting twigs in the form of a stick or pointing the way helps.
Just 1 die?
Just 1 dice for helping.
Yep, it's a success.
Yeah, so we'll say Killiah is prepared, so he'll have 4 dice when it comes to her roll. So that's your. What about Thorn? Thorn wants to run after this, but it's Master. It just barks at that direction of where Fiona went. You want it to follow or stay?
No.
Okay, it stays. Do you want it to do anything?
No, Thorn's good.
All right, Snotgard. Your prey has fled.
Snotgard. Yes, and Snotgard will follow. But this time he will change his 2 swords for his spear. So then he will see this bad guy, he will throw the spear. And in his teeth, he will take his new souvenir.
So you got the dagger in your teeth. I like it. All right.
Yes, I have a very, very big mouth.
No worries. So
Because
you
I'm
can,
Goblin.
to your equipment, unless you haven't already done it, you can add
Yes,
that.
I
Oh, you have?
already
Well done.
did.
Yeah, you've got the souvenir. I like it. All right. So do you want to run through the crags or do you want to approach cautiously through the crags? And Fiona, are you calling out anything or are you staying silent?
Oh no, she's yelling and she's showing where she last saw the guy, and she is also trying to sound as much as she can as an orc. She's aware she's an orc, and that orcs are generally scary, so she wants to look intimidating.
So what are you actually
she
saying?
yells.
What are you yelling out?
Oh, she's saying that this person is in there, that he's running, and that she's going to come and get him. And she goes into the details of how she's planning to do that. And she also mentions some weird orcish words somewhere, like, Spanglish salad-like
Nice,
type. So
nice.
she's like,
Okay.
mixing some orc words in there. And she also names all of her teammates, saying, "Go there, he's right there. You
No
may not
worries.
see him, but he's close, and I will come and get him."
Okay. With that,
Okay, so
Snotgard has no
Snotgard
problem.
is using directions.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got no problem finding Fiona. She's like a beacon yelling out. As you come to that fork, you hear the yelling and you're like, oh, she's right here. You get to the crest as well. Before you get to the crest, Fiona, with your yelling, the figure that's definitely wounded, carrying a large 2-handed sword, as you start yelling, before he enters the cave, he looks up at you. His white eyes looking at you, and then he looks back to the cave. So he disappears, but you've clearly made it known that you're there and you're calling out, etc. Snotgard, you get to the top of the crest with Fiona now. So can't remember who we are in the turn order. Is it Fiona? Yeah, so Snotgard, you're there, but you basically, you can't see any targets, but you know the cave where it's come from. So you are with Fiona. What do you guys? Do you want to do anything, Fiona? It's your turn.
Okay.
You can move to the
Fiona would
cave, or you
like
can
to
wait.
Enter the cave.
Wow, you guys are unbelievable.
She will enter in there. She started with all of those yelling, so she feels responsible for her words, and with that, she enters the cave.
All right. So
She's like, she's sure that Snotgard, at least Snotgard, saw where she went in, and she, thinks it would be his responsibility now to call the reinforcements.
yeah, so like a
she
tag team.
enters.
Yeah. Snotgard, as you get to this crest, you can't do any other actions. I mean, you can do something up here. You still haven't had your turn. But Fiona goes down to the cave. You can't chase her. You've moved as far as you can. Did you want to do anything as she heads to the cave?
I'm just following Fiona, and if I have some action, I'm use a flask of acid to apply it to my spear. So I wanted to make a clean poison shot at this guy.
Okay, you can't get to the cave, but your intention is to get there. So for this action, we'll say, you want to coat your... Now, it's obviously special acid. You might have to tell me what this is, because normally the acid would burn through your spear, but what does it do?
No, I have a vial of poison.
Oh, well, okay. Yep, all right, no worries. Now,
Yes.
you can actually cross off that vial of poison and put on the spear. It's a poison-tipped spear, but it'll only be poison-tipped for one action. So just remember that.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, so you
Yep,
can make that
it's
change. That's
another one.
good. So for your action, you're turning your spear into a poison-tipped spear. I like that. I don't think I've had that. Some people do. Oh, no, Killiah is the poison master.
Okay.
All right, and the last person before we have a break, Killiah. You've been preparing for Pathfinder, so you got a bonus, and also Vexza is able to point out through some means, some physical means, also a path. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I don't know, perhaps another entry to wherever.
I like it.
Well,
All
yeah,
right,
I don't-
4 dice. You think, hang on, maybe there's another way aside from that craggy crevasse through the volcanic rock. Roll 4 dice, Pathfinder. Not often you get a 4 dice rolled. And
All successes.
all successes. All right, any of your hero points?
Nah,
No.
I'm full anyway.
Yeah. Okay, what you
Oh,
notice... Yeah, as you're looking around, you notice there are some other tracks you believe to be of the same. Well, actually, you don't. These are barefoot prints. You haven't seen the target, whereas the ones you saw going here were boots. These are barefoot prints, but you realise they flank. They continue around the volcanic rock, and you notice a small cave in the top of the rock that goes down. Only probably crawl size, but if you can imagine where the waves sort of crash against the side of the rock, there's sort of a little path that, winds to this secret, perhaps, entrance deeper into the rock. Okay, so you've, with your Pathfinder, found that. So just to finish this round, do you want to head there, or do you want to go through the crevasse where Fiona and Snotgard went? Because you'll be splitting.
No, I'm going to gesture to the other elf and say we should sneak on this thing.
Agreed.
All right, so Vexza and Killiah will flank to the small cave. Fiona, at the start of the next round, you're going into the large entrance, and Snotgard, you'll be not far behind. With that, we will have a 15-minute break. It'll be the only break we're having for this session, and then we will join to the climax of the adventure. We'll see you in 15.
Sure.
All right, we are back. So I'm going to, as night has fallen now, it is dark. The only person who can see properly is Snotgard, but as I mentioned before, it is night darkness and it's been a nice day, so you've still got, even though there's a mist that shrouds, there is enough light to see in front of you, etc. Having said that, I will switch the scene to the mouth of the cave. Just don't put your tokens on here. This is just to describe. This is the mouth of the cave that Snotgard and Fiona saw, where you saw I'll call him Sigbert, but who knows, maybe he isn't, who you saw that figure enter. So only Fiona saw him go in this cave, and then you told Snotgard, I'm going in there, and so this is where you're heading in now, Fiona. So because we've split the party, I'm just going to do you guys first. All right. So, well, not you guys. I'm going to do Fiona first because essentially you quickly scampered down the volcanic crest to this area that leads into this cave mouth, and it's an inlet that's like a giant wound almost. It looks like a yawning mouth. The first thing you notice is that the water that's in it looks stagnant. Okay, it's brackish. It's full of reeds, and there is a stink to it. So it doesn't seem like the clear pools and the ocean water that you've had. The sand is the same, and there's smooth stones. There's no difference there. Although you do notice the formations here look very like there's stalactites, are they called? Yeah, stalactites that almost seem like striated rock teeth in the ceiling. And the only way to get in, even though that picture looks like you can avoid, you have to go into the brackish water. So I will ask you, are you happy to move through the brackish water, or is there some other way you can enter, or you don't want to enter? But you get the first move, Fiona. What do you want to do?
Okay, does the water seem deep?
No, you can see the well, you can see, yeah, you can see the pebbles, the stones. It's less than an ankle deep in width.
Oh, okay. It would obviously disgust her, so she would try to pass it as fast as she can. So she just runs into it. She closes her eyes just for a brief second as she enters the water, and she just prays she won't get some nail fungus or anything nasty out of it.
No worries. You sort of pull up your pants a little bit or something, so make sure you don't. All right, you go on tippy toes to get through the brackish water best you can to avoid it, and you are the first of the party to enter this scene. I'm going to. Whoa! How do I do this? Can you see the scene I've just put up? Has it changed, or am only me seeing this?
That's changed.
It has changed. Okay.
Yeah.
You can bring your token onto there, Fiona, because you're at the south end. We'll say that the dark... So this is an indoor area. It is very gloomy, but there is light from the outdoors coming from the northeast. So coming from here. So the light from here is bouncing in. You are here. So put yourself near these seaweed. So you've basically just entered the cave mouth, and this is what you see. You see another cave at the far end. So it looks like it travels there, and you see some steps leading up to this area of light, which you assume to be, well, the moonlight, we'll say, because it's not sunny. So that's the scene as you emerge. Now, as soon as you enter, you can't see or make any sight of Sigbert, who was bloodied and stumbled into this cave mouth. He seems to have disappeared. But you do see another figure appear from this cave mouth, which I will put in now. And then you'll be rolling your... So just hold on while I do this, just to set the scene. Of course, in my stupidity, I've made the images grey. And it's not a giant. It's a humanoid type shape. But there you go. The name is there. But ignore that name, okay? You see I'll say a creature, even though it's humanoid, her hair is a tangle of seaweed, and her eyes are just white, like those tide pools that you came from the peninsula. She's definitely seen you because she steps out of the gloom, and she's half in the water too. Like, you can't see her feet. She's got like a long gown, but it's sort of draping in the water, so you can't see her feet. Almost looks like she's gliding. But as she emerges, she's a far distance from you. And what that means in Age of Adventure, she's out of distance where you can throw something or move into her to do melee, but she can be hit by ranged attacks like arrows or magic. As she moves out into the light, so you can sort of make it out, she says to you, you seek a soul, but what will you pay in return? And as she speaks, you notice her teeth are jagged like the striated rock that is on the ceiling. The floor is a tangle, as well as the brackish water. It's covered with seaweed. So there's clumps of these reeds and seaweed in the brackish water, and there's a dank smell. If it wasn't for the entrance you came from and the light from that the northeast, we'll say, you would almost be stifling. All right, with that, roll turn order. As I open up the turn order, everyone else can zero their turn orders because only Fiona is rolling. Say again, only Fiona. And we'll call this person Grower, even though you don't know who or what the name is. So 19 for you, Fiona. And now I'll get you to also... You might as well put the decimal points in, because do 0.51, just in case. Because when everyone else enters, it might save us the hassle. And you can also roll for this creature Grower of the Deep. Roll turn order for this creature. You want low, obviously. Best for you to get low, I guess.
Okay, so I'm rolling for her.
Yes, please. Ooh, Jesus.
Why?
That's not good.
Why?
Okay. Type enter for her 27.64. Just in case anyone else gets that, and I'll add your one as well.
0.64.
Yep, do that.
Like
All
that?
right. Yep, thank you very much. Okay, so she gets the first move. Well, she asked you that question. You can answer as a free action, obviously, just talking.
Oh, my name's Fiona. Didn't mean to bother you. There was a weird guy, dripping with blood, who just entered here. He, he wounded my friend, and he's kind of a bad person, and we really just came here to fetch him. So if you could please kindly point me the direction where he went, I would just do my business as fast as I can and anything. I didn't mean to bother you, like, at all. You're obviously, pretty busy doing your stuff and everything. Nice cake, by the way.
All right. As you start, giving that sort of parlay, as a reaction, I'll get you to make a mind roll to see if how convincing your request is. Not to say it's going to do anything, but let's just see how convincing it is. So make a mind roll and see if you succeed with that with 1 dice.
Okay. Can I use a hero point to
You can.
get anything else?
You can.
Just...
You can use a hero point to roll 2 dice, but remember it's going to be a reaction. You're not going to be able to gain hero points, but you might be more convincing. Yeah. So take off a hero point and roll 2 dice. And try and get...
Fantastic.
Might be able to get 2 successes.
I should
1 success. Do you want to... You want to take the one? Remember, 2 successes is guaranteed. Do you want to use a hero point to roll again, or just take 1 and see how interested she is in your...
I'll take 1. I don't think it will get better.
Okay, no worries. You decide to say that. She doesn't answer at all. And roll 1 dice to see what she does. It's random. Actually, roll 2 dice.
Okay.
Roll 2 dice.
Okay.
Three and 2. Should have done that with him as well. Might be a lot easier. Okay, all of a sudden, the kelp that surrounds you starts moving. We'll say that she lifts her hand, and as she lifts her hand, her 5 fingers, you see 5 strands of kelp just to your side start moving, and then she moves her hand towards you, and the kelp lashes, it extends. It's obviously longer than what it looks to be. Maybe the roots are coming out. Definitely enchanted of some description. You've never seen any sort of wildlife or any sort of flora do this sort of stuff. And it lashes at you to try to grapple you. Now, there's a lot of strands. So we'll say there's 5 strands like slashing out at you. So you can try to block these strands, or you can try to dodge. And how it works is if you have a shield, you get the option of blocking, and that'll minus 1 damage, or deflect 1 point, or you can dodge to try to avoid all damage. So let's just see what you've got. Now you do have a shield. It says that you're armed with it. So Fiona, you got 2 options. If you choose to block with your shield,
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if you choose to block with your shield, what that means is the reeds will hit the shield. It'll subtract 1 point of damage. But if the reeds happen to do more than 1 point, say they do 2 points, you'll still get the difference. So you'll still get 1 point. If they only do 1 point, you'll only get 1 point. So the shield essentially will absorb 1 point, but it gives you an extra dice. If you choose to dodge, and that means dodge all the strands, you only roll 1 dice. So 2 dice with a shield, and it negates 1 point, or 1 dice to try to avoid anything. And remember, you can use a hero point to add dice to this as well.
Okay. Fiona will try to dodge everything because it looks gross, and she thinks it would be safer to just try and avoid it altogether. She's like trying to take her chances.
Do you want to use a hero point to have 2 dice?
Yes, she would.
Yes, let's go. It's a might check, so you're pretty good at dodging. Let's see, roll your 2 dice. 1 success. Do you want to use a hero point for a reroll, or take 1? See how that goes.
I think I should stop using my hero points at all whatsoever.
All right, you decide.
Because
just with that,
just keep on doing the same thing all the time.
Yes, as the kelps lash in your direction, seemingly trying to grab onto you, you notice you happen to dodge 1, or you dodge 2, but then the second, the third, and the fourth sort of laps at you. They start lashing around your arms and your legs. And she says, "You fool, the tide knows your name. They hunger for your bones." Okay, so you can make a note that you have minus 1d in the turn order notes. So I realised too there's a little thing to mark when they've had their turn, which is... so yeah, you've got a little notes field. You can say, you can put minus 1d because you're grappled. So it's grabbing onto your arms and feet, and the second wave of kelp gets also launches at you. So again, you can choose to try and block or dodge, but you've got a minus 1d penalty. I'll put it on there. So it looks like it gets 2 attacks, and both its attacks are using these kelps to lash at you. How do you want to try and avoid the second volley?
Well,
dodge or block?
As she's obviously crippled right now, can she try to dodge this again? Like her?
Yeah, you can try to dodge, but you've got a 1 dice penalty. So normally dodging, you'd have 1 dice. You've lost that. You've got 0. In order for you to even attempt to dodge, you have to use a hero point. That'll give you 1 dice. And that's all you can use. You can only use 1 hero point.
That would make sense to just try and block and minimize the damage.
Try to block? Yep, no worries. So that means normally you would have 1 dice to block with the penalty, but if you want to, do you want to use a hero point to get 2 dice or just 1 dice?
Just 1 die.
Okay, roll 1 dice. You lift your shield the best you can, and you find that the shield it does take the blows of this second strand of reed, but it's wrenched off you. So you have now lost your shield, so you can take that. You realize as it takes it, the reeds grab the shield, or like a few reeds sort of fight over it as if they're fighting over a gull, as if Thorn is fighting over a gull. And then the reeds take it into the brackish water and it disappears. But it didn't do any extra grappling or damage to you, but you've lost your shield. It's your turn, Fiona. You are currently grappled. Grappled means you can't actually do a free move unless you use your round to get out of the grapple, but you can act if you have ranged attacks. It's just at a 1d penalty.
Okay. Fiona will try to break free because she doesn't like the culprit around her, and it feels dangerous, and she is kind of worried she might lose something more important than the shield. And the shield was important to her as well, so she's pretty sad about it. So she obviously will try to break free.
How are you breaking free?
She will try to, just shake it off, and she also has a sword, and she had her weapon in her hands ready as she enters, so I assume she still has a sword in her hand.
Yeah.
That might probably the reason why why she was attacked in the first place, as she thinks, because she's absolutely sure about her impeccable charm. So she would try to use the sword she's having and her natural athletics to just try and shake it off her and move backwards.
Okay, so with you got two options. Okay, you can either use athletics, which doesn't use the sword. It just means you're using your athletic skill to try to break. Using essentially your strength, which give you 2 dice because athletics gives you a bonus. You're not really skilled in sword. Yes, you've got your sword. If you attack with your sword, if you try to cut these reeds, you'll only have 1 dice, but of course you'll be able to do damage to them if that's what's needed. So whatever you choose, you've got a 1 dice penalty. So at the moment, you can try athletics with 1 dice. Your sword has 0 unless you use a hero point.
Okay. She would try to use her athletics using 1 hero point, so she would have 2 dice.
Yeah, go for it. And I'll tell you, because of the grapple, it's a hard success needed to get out of these strands. So you're going to need 2 successes with this athletics roll. So roll your 2 dice and let's go.
Okay, let's see.
No. Do you want to use a hero point to re-roll? Otherwise, you are still restrained.
Yeah, we will push our luck and get our hero points down to 1.
Yep. Yes. Now that is an action. You get a hero point back. So you gain a hero point and you are no longer grappled, but that is your action because your action was to break free of the kelp lashing. However, you can still move if you wish.
Yes.
Or you can stay where you are.
She would like to move as far back as possible. She would like to ideally get out of the brackish water.
Yeah, you've got
and to stay on the edge.
Well, you can actually move out of the cave if you wish, because you have only really just stepped in, so you could move exiting from where you came. Out of the cave. Essentially escaping.
Okay. She would actually try to escape and to regroup with the other guys, and probably to get then the information she has to maybe regroup and think about smarter way to do things, because obviously
do things
the guy who went in there, he met the enemy, and he is most likely unalived now.
Fair enough. All right, you escape. Second round begins. Everyone roll turn. Not you, Fiona. Everyone else can roll turn order. So we go back to the top of the order. I'll just leave this image here the whole time. It's going to be pretty hard to beat Grower, but try your best.
Are we even in there? Aren't we?
Yeah, this will be your turn order move to get in there and that. So enter do the decimals as well. So 18.36. Ooh, oh, just under 27.34. 23.33. All right, slap all your figures in.
Usual 23.
Enter your data and I will sort. All right, let's see where it goes. Does anyone want to use a hero point to re-roll their turn order?
No, I'm good.
Okay, no one's in the cave at the moment, so that's probably good. But I will get Fiona to roll 2 dice. So just let me get a feel of what Grower's doing.
Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Oh,
Double
I
6.
should stop rolling for God.
Interesting. Okay. I'll say that nothing happens.
Nice roll.
Let us go to Killiah. Now, Killiah, you were traversing a narrow path that led to a small crawl-through space. I assume you're going first and followed behind by Vexza.
Sure.
Yeah. You get to the
I'm
cave. You get to the little crawl space. The moonlight shines in. It rebounds off the walls of what looks to be the entrance to like a cavern filled with brackish water and reeds.
Sure. I'm gonna sneak.
All right, make a sneak roll. Sneak in. That is 1 success. You want to keep that or re-roll with a hero? Do you have any?
I'll reroll. No. I'll just take it.
Wow.
Okay, as you sneak down into this area, the first thing, there's two things that you notice. One, you can bring your token in, and you are actually in this entrance area coming down here. Yeah. You can see in the mouth of this cave, this creature with the seaweed hair, etc. But as soon as you enter the cave, and obviously trying to be as sneaky as you can, you hear these sibilant whispers. You can't avoid hearing them because you got ears, unfortunately, and you need to make a roll before you can do anything. So you need to roll. It'd be mind for sure. Yeah, you need to make a mind check as the whispers seem to be causing some effect. Take that or reroll with a hero point.
Huh? That's a mind check. That's successful.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 1 success. Did you want to... Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, yeah,
that's
only 1
better.
success. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, you hear these whispers and you've snuck in and you can speak if you wish. You can't do any other actions, but we'll say that you've tried to... Because you've appeared here and seen that target, you've got a position where you could ambush it. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, so we'll say you want to be in near distance. For the next turn, we'll just say you're near distance
Yeah.
away. Did
Yep.
you want to speak or say anything, or that's obviously
No,
gonna
not
you're
saying
happy to?
nothing.
Yeah. All right. That's your move. So you've snuck in. Next, so tick the box. Snotgard. As you are outside the mouth of the cave, you make your way down the volcanic cliff, and you see Fiona emerge out of the cave. And she looks like she entered with a sword and shield, and she's exited with a sword only.
Okay, can I follow Fiona, but without encountering this nasty thing?
Well, you don't know what's happened, but you can bring your token in. You can bring it near Fiona at the bottom of the screen. I mean, she's not in the cave, but essentially she's in the cave mouth. And you and Fiona can speak, and you can ask her questions, but you haven't seen anything untoward. The water looks a bit brackish and smelly, but you haven't seen anything. The picture, you haven't seen the creature, but you can speak.
First of all, I will say, oh, nice water. Feels just like home.
Start bathing in it.
So, Snotgard inspired, and he will ask, Fiona, what is this thing? Should I kill it? Or should I ignore it?
Fiona would briefly retell him everything that has happened to her about the moving kelp and how she lost her shield, and that she is basically looking to regroup with the group and look for help because obviously she did not succeed in moving inside of the cave because of the water and everything, and she's gonna die. So,
So he-
Snotgard, do you have any idea what to do? It looks like this kind of waters are, something up to your proficiency.
Okay, let's see. I can try to kill this thing, but it's the only thing I can think about. Do you think poison will work on it? It seems organic.
Maybe can you throw it, pretty far so that it reaches her? Are you good at throwing things?
Let's see. And Snotgard wants to throw his poisoned spear in that thing.
All right. So take one step back. You enter. That's the first thing you do. As you enter this cave, and it is, as Fiona described, full of brackish water and reedy kelp. They don't seem to be anything aggressive, but you are definitely wary given that she said that it attacked her, etc. But as soon as you move into the cave and you ready your spear, which was your poison spear, I think we did say. Did you say on that?
Yep.
Oh, you didn't mark it, but yeah, I remember you did say that. You hear these sibilant whispers speaking to you. Make a mind check. So you can use a
I'm
hero
goblin.
point to.
I can ignore all this.
It's in
things
Goblin.
because
It's in
I'm
Goblin.
not listening.
It's in Goblin.
I'm not
unfortunately.
listening.
It sounds like your mum talking to
Okay.
you. Do you want to use a hero
I
point to roll
don't
2
know
dice?
who is
or-
my mom was.
Oh, fair enough.
No, I just will roll one die.
Okay, roll one
I
dice.
don't know who was my mom.
All right. You get one. You don't get a hero point. This is a reaction roll. So, but okay, you basically hear it and you try to not listen to it. You try to do the goblin way. You get into the area where you're a far distance away from it. But I will say, as part of your action, you could move into the middle, which is near distance for throwing, and throw your spear if you wish, as part of your action.
Okay, let's try it. I will
Alright.
use my spear and I will throw it.
Okay, before you roll, and Killiah, you see this unfolding as you're sneaking in the shadows, okay? You see Snotgard just bound in, into the middle of the pool, the brackish water, raise the spear ready to throw. And before you throw it, this creature, who we'll call Grower, just to make it interesting, she says, "Ah, Goblin, I have seen your doom in the threads. Now it unravels." He looks gleeful. What do? Do you still throw?
Oh yes, of course. Don't
Alright.
dare to speak to me so complicated. You
Oh,
know
she's-
thing.
And I'll say that the language, because there's sibilant whispers, it's common and goblin. It's like two voices. Shh.
Yes, but it's still too complicated
That's
for
probably more
Snotgard to
complicated.
understand.
Okay, make a. I think a two-handed throw. So this is a two-handed weapon. So I'll give you 2 dice.
Yep, I have two-handed throw. Yep. So my usual 2 die.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Do you want to use the hero point to re-roll if you've got any, or just take one
Nope.
success? You don't have
But
any?
this weapon is poisoned if it means something.
If it hits, as they say. All right. Now, Fiona, I'm going to say, just for dramatics, and Killiah, you can see this happening. And Fiona, even though you're outside of the cave, I'm going to say, unless you don't want to, you're looking in and you can see Snotgard. You can't see Grower, but you can see Snotgard move closer. Are you happy with that? Or do you want to not look and just say, just wait for the others, because you don't know where they are?
No, she will definitely look what is going on with
Okay.
Snotgard because,
Yeah.
well, she's not cruel. She's ready to, try and help him.
You're next. Yeah. Okay.
some
Then,
way.
in that case, Fiona and Killiah both see this. You hear Grower speak that taunt. I can't remember what she said. Snotgard, as you go to release this spear, you suddenly stop. And the voice inside you is actually we'll call it the hag. Okay, the hag's voice speaking to you instead. So after she makes that taunt to you, these whispers, you turn the spear to yourself and you plunge it into yourself. And you see this, Killiah and Fiona. You see Snotgard wrench the spear into his own body for 2 points of damage. And you need to make a might check to resist the poison that you've coated it with. You need to roll 4 or unless you've got resilience. Let's have a look.
Nope.
No, roll
No,
1
I
dice.
don't
If you roll 4 under, you resist the poison. You don't get a hero point, unfortunately. It's a reaction, but you do get 2 points damage. As your action, you realise those whispers made your attack into yourself. And she cackles with glee. It is foreseen! All right, Fiona, you're up.
Okay. Fiona would... Snotgard, are you okay?
Better than ever. I just hitting myself to feel my rage.
He welcomes pain, apparently.
Do you need my help?
Oh no, I'm good. I can finish her myself. Just find this berry guy.
It's just a flesh wound. He just brushes it off. He pulls the spear out. Blood just fills the brackish water, drips from him. He's already got a wound from a dagger, I believe. So he's in pretty bad. I will say that he's actually, I think you're less than half your stamina. You are.
Yep. Less.
He's seen better days. He's staggering. Your move, Fiona.
Okay. Fiona thinks that the hag, let's say, is probably controlling her small companion's mind. And is it possible that Fiona approaches Snotgard, getting as little into the water as possible, and just pull him out?
You can definitely get to Snotgard as a free move. No problem at all. He will only be able to be pulled out. He's not trapped in there. He could move out himself, really. In fact, I will say, Snotgard,
Oh.
you had your throw. Oh no, you moved to throw. Yeah. If he's happy to be pulled out, you could use your action, your free action to move to him, and then your actual action to pull him out of the pool. You want to do that? Do you want to ask him
yes,
first
she would
before
like
you go
to,
there?
Okay, so God, I am going to get you out of there, and don't even speak to me. I don't think that's a healthy situation for you. So,
I'm good. I'm telling you, I'm good. A little bit more, and I will finish this hack.
a little bit more, and you will finish yourself, and that is not acceptable. So, as I have told you before, I'm bigger, so I will just, make you leave. I'm sorry, Snotgard.
All right,
And
you move
Fiona
to
would
Snotgard.
enter-
No problem. Now, Snotgard, you don't want to be pulled out?
No, and as my reaction, I'm going underwater.
Okay, your reaction can only be to not be pulled out. So make a might roll, and you stand firm. Fiona can't pull you out.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, no.
one more question.
Oi! He tries to stand his ground. Because you're not damaging him and you're trying to pull him to safety, I'll allow it if you want. Fiona, you can pull him out as your action.
Fantastic, I would do that.
All right.
Also, tiny bit technical question.
Hmm.
Did she get while she was approaching Snotgard, she also wanted to get a look on what's inside the cave, as she obviously, moved a little bit deeper. Does she see Killiah in there or not?
A what?
Does she see her companion in there?
Okay.
Does she...
Yeah, so I will say that as you move to Snotgard, he says, no, leave me here. I'm going to finish her next round. You move him out of far distance, and while you're moving him out, you're looking around to see your companions or anything. You can't see the gentleman who moved. I'll say gentleman. You can't see that the Sigbert. Okay, you don't know where he's gone, and because Killiah succeeded a sneak roll, you can't see Killiah. All you can see is Grower in her cave. Behind there is just black darkness. The only light that's bouncing around the cave is coming from the moonlight, but we'll say Killiah's in the shadows. So you aren't out of the cave, but you are in the mouth of the cave. So you're in the mouth, but you're out of the brackish water. Yeah.
Fantastic. So she and Snotgard.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Put me down! Or throw me into this thing!
He wants that. As you guys
That's actually a great idea. We'll try it next time.
As you guys have been moved, I'll say safety, out of the near distance, let us go to Vexza. Now Vexza, and also Fiona, you didn't hear any whispers. Not that you know that they heard whispers. Okay, you didn't hear any whispers. You just moved in this quiet cave, and I'll say, just for flavour, before Vexza, she says to you, because she obviously sees you coming in and doing this, he says, Polish Orc, you and your party's fate was drowned long before you ever set eyes on me.
Can she answer?
Yeah.
Okay, then she will. Of course I know. All the money in the world, glory, and fans are waiting for me. So don't wait more of my time. As she goes.
Yeah, you return her taunt. She's cackling at the same time, so she seems very confident as we go to Vexza.
So where Vexna's coming out, am I able to see the scene?
Okay, you can put your token in. You can see Killiah only because you were following, as she trailed in. You are at this little area that goes into the cavern at the top of it with, thorns chomping at the bit to get into the action or do something, given its temperament that it's aggressive.
He's injured, so hopefully he'll be quiet.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he's a bit... He obeys you for now. Oh, sorry, you control it. You do see Killiah moving amongst the rocks, stealthy, almost as one with the darkness in the cave.
Okay.
Is there
a place for me without exposing Killiah to kind of climb up over top of this
creature? You can climb it. Yeah, why not? So you've got two options.
I have Thorn stay behind. I tell him to stay quiet.
No worries. Okay, the only way he's going to be quiet if he doesn't go in the cave. Because he's very aggressive by nature and he likes to bark, he keeps out of the cave. You point out
I
a
don't
crab.
want him to go in the cave then, because if he runs by Killiah, then it might.
Fair enough. Okay, you point out a little rock pool of crabs, and he starts playing with those.
Okay.
Much. Okay, so your option is just do a prepared action to get up there, which means it'll give you a bonus 1d, or you can prepare an ambush, which it'll require a roll, but it means your next turn will get plus 1d and plus 1 damage.
Yeah, so I'll do the ambush, and I'm hoping acrobatics also will play in there.
Acrobatics? Well, you're preparing an
jumping down.
Oh, okay, I'll say that because acrobatics is balance. So we'll say you use your balance to find a very sheer precipice that will give you a perfect ambush. I'll pay it. Okay, roll 2 dice and see how many successes you get, because successes determine whether you can ambush your target.
I guess it's 1 success. Well, it depends whichever way. I don't know what you want. For 1 success, one way or the other.
Well, acrobatics is might, So it would be you need to roll equal under. So do you want to use a hero point to reroll or just take one success?
I'll have to take one success.
Okay, so I'm just going to put in your notes, or you can put in your notes, do one success ambush, and Killiah's got a one success sneak. Anyway, let's go back to the turn order. So now I'm ticking the boxes. It's a lot more controlled. No, Seabird's not there. We're back to the top. Oh, we're back to Grower. All right, I'll undo the boxes. Or can I clear all the boxes at once? That would be good. No, I can't. Pretty shit. All right, Grower. Targets everywhere, not a drop to drink. Killiah, roll 2 dice for me. Another 6. Jesus. 6 and 2. All right. Okay, roll me a... It starts... One of you starts hearing the whispers again. And it is going to be either Fiona or Snotgard. So Killiah, roll a d6. 1 to 3, it's Fiona. All right, whatever your name is. What your name is?
Snot, it's okay.
Snot. Just make a note in your turn order that you're hearing whispers.
Oh.
And the second dice, so it was a 6 and a 2. And okay, this one you can roll Killiah. 1 to 2 is you. 3 to 4 is Fiona. 5 or 6 is Snotgard. Jesus, Snotgard, you're not having a good day. All right, as Fiona pulls you out of the brackish water, you start hearing your mother's whispers again, and you keep saying, I don't have a mother. But this woman seems to know you very well, knows your inner dark secrets, and he's penetrating your mind at this point. But it starts hearing these whispers, but you notice you remember Fiona telling you about the kelp that lashed and attacked? You see, as you get pulled out of the brackish water, these tentacles Grower lifts up her fingers and calls out some type of expletive. What does she say? I got anything else for her? As these tentacles of kelp lash at you, she says, do you think you can fight destiny? I wove the storm that will break you, he says.
Who is the destiny? I don't know. Nobody is that name.
Your fate is death, Goblin. And you need to decide whether you want to try and block, or you can't block. You can only dodge. Try and dodge these lashes of kelp. So you got 1 dice. Unless you use a hero point, roll 2 dice.
Okay. Let's dodge this.
You've got 1 dice at the moment, unless you use a hero point.
Almost out of hero points.
You go on the 1 dice. Normally would be enough to dodge if there were a standard success needed, but this is a hard action. You notice as you sort of dodge the first few types of strands, they lash at you and then retract. 2 or 3 more come at you and they wrap around your arms and legs, and you are grappled -1d. So you have got whispers, as well as you can put -1d grappled. Killiah, you were free of any of the actions of Grower, but you can see she looks towards your hidden area, and she says, it's your turn, right? But she says, what does she say? You try to sneak upon me, dark elf, but every breath you take is one closer to the depths of the sea. It seeks to take back its dues. What do you wish to do? Feeling that your...
Sneak doesn't work, so I'm not sneaking.
Yeah, doesn't feel like it was successful.
Cool. I'm just
Good
gonna make
times.
that a.
All right.
Actually, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna throw my dagger. Sorry.
You are in near distance. Yes. Which one are you throwing? You got a few different daggers, maybe.
I'm gonna throw the tinkered poison one.
Tinkered poison dagger. The tinkered's not poison. You've got one tinkered.
Sorry, the tinkered dagger, the 2 damage.
The
dagger.
two
I'm
damage.
spending a hero point for a bonus dice.
Okay, roll.
Nope, I'm gonna spend another hero point. Nope, I'm gonna spend another hero point.
How many hero points you got? A lot of
one left.
I think he started with 6, didn't he?
Oh, he's got none left now.
Yeah, alright, I'm just gonna spend another hero point.
Oh, you've got some left. Okay.
Yep, cool. I got nothing.
One success. All right. As you seeing that you're exposed, you just stand up and you grab your tinkered double blade dagger. But then, and you see this, Vexza, and we'll say Fiona and Snotgard, you see this while Killiah emerges from the shadows. You want to say anything as you emerge? Or are you just silent assassin?
Nah.
You don't say anything, but before you can release the daggers, and Snotgard, you fear what is about to happen. Killiah, you suddenly, the whispers re-emerge in your mind, the ones that penetrated your brain when you first came in, and you plunge the double-edged dagger deep into your body, slashing across the gullet for 2 points of damage.
So there's no roll, no nothing, just... Okay, cool.
No, you failed that initial mind roll of the whispers when you came in. So your action was hers. And she says to you...
So that was a hard check, is that right?
That is right. She says to you, "Fool, your mind is weak. Your souls will be mine." All right, next is... That was Grower. That was Killiah. Snotgard. You're grappled. You don't like these whispers because last time you heard the whispers, you speared yourself. Make a mind roll.
Oh,
You know that you need 2 successes. So, do you have any hero points?
yes.
Do you want to
I
use
still
it
have
to
hero
try and
points.
resist? Do you want to use the hero point to try and resist this spell, or just let it succumb you?
No, I will accept whatever will come to me, but I will bite and will try to eat whatever is holding me.
Okay, we'll say that's a might action, I guess, to try to gnaw through the reeds. Let me have a look. Yeah, you can make a might, unless you want to use a hero point for 2 dice, you can roll 1 dice.
Yep, I have hero points, so I want to roll 2 dice, okay?
Go for it. Dice haven't been good to you all of a sudden. It's 1 success, and I will tell you that this requires a hard success to chew through. So
Okay, I will spend my last die to reroll.
to become free. You do, and you get a hero point back as you gnaw through. You are now free of the grapples, and because you didn't act, your action was to... It wasn't to attack? No, it was to gnaw. Okay, so I'll say that the whispers are... Yeah, the whispers affect your next attack on it, but your action wasn't to attack. Okay, I'll say that, yeah, the whispers don't have any effect. You are free of the gnawing. All right, Fiona, you have pulled Snotgard free. He got grappled by Kelp, but then he chewed himself free. You notice Killiah injure herself, and because Vexza wasn't sneaking per se, she has, you don't know how she got up there because it looks like the shelf is, 1 inch wide, but somehow she's managed to do like a tightrope over a little piece of volcanic rock, and she's right above Grower.
Fantastic. Fiona sees that her companions are obviously up to something to do with the hag, Roa. So she would try and get the attention of the hag to her. So she would, again, approach a bit closer to the water, and she would start yelling like,
Distract her.
Yeah, she'll try to distract her, saying that she looks bad, that she she's ugly, and she would never do anything to Fiona because Fiona is so fantastic. And yes, she lost her shield, but it doesn't matter, and all that stuff. So she's like making a lot of noise to get all the attention of the hag onto her. She would also try to are there any rocks or something in there on the ground?
Yeah, the water's not deep, so I'll say there's rocks.
Okay, so she would, take a rock with her hand that is free, as she no longer has shield, and she would just throw it to the hag. She's trying to, kick her, but
you're going berserk. All right, you taunt her with her lack of beauty compared to yours, and you grab rocks. But we'll say that because you're metagaming, because helping requires a roll, and you're better at might-based action, we'll say that your taunts are only to get her attention, but it's really throwing the rocks are what's sort of like keeping her distracted. So you can do a might roll. So roll 1 dice. If you succeed, you give Vexza a bonus roll to her attack. You need to roll 4 under. Nice. Okay, do you want to stay in the cave? Because you can move as... Oh, no, you did move. Your move was to get close to the throw. That's fine. Okay, you're finished there. So you're near distance, Snotgard far, Killiah near distance, and Vexza, you are a near distance, but above her, it is your move. Thorn is chewing crabs. What do you want to do? Could Vexza be the hero here?
So if I don't know how ambush works, but I get normal 1 die, so I'm going to obviously jump and attack her.
Ambush just means you get a bonus dice and 1 point extra damage. Plus you get a bonus dice from Fiona's distraction. So your attack gets plus 2 dice, and if you do hit, you'll do a bonus point damage. So what sort of attack are you doing?
So the normal die, the ambush, for Fiona, for having the 2-handed weapons, and acrobatics.
Acrobatics was just to get to that position. That gave you the ambush position. So what you've got is how are you attacking? Let's just start with that. Throwing something or melee?
I'm swinging down acrobatically to stab her with my spear.
Okay, so you've already got the bonus for acrobatics getting there. So this is how it's going to work. Your 2-handed weapons is 2 dice. You get a bonus dice because you found an ambush position using acrobatics a previous round. And you get a bonus dice because Fiona was able to distract her with rocks and stuff. So you've got 4 dice on this attack. Now, before you roll...
No, I already rolled.
Okay. How did you go? 2 successes.
Yep. 2 4s, which is helpful.
That's a hero point.
Do I get 2 hero points?
No, it's maximum 1, unfortunately. But you can burn that hero point to do an extra point damage if you wish.
Sure.
So currently you do 2 points for the... is it a spear?
The spear, yeah. And then 1 point
2 points for the spear, 1 point for... Yeah. What I was going to say before you roll the 4 dice, you can always burn a dice to do additional damage. So you could have rolled 3 dice and, even get an extra multiplier of damage. Because 4 dice is quite rare.
Good enough for the future.
Yeah, but nonetheless, you do 4 points. Okay, now the first thing that you're quite thankful for, she looks up, and as you launch, she says, "No!" She realizes the whispers haven't gotten to your mind, and you've gotten a position that's giving you a good attack. She tries to scamper away, but she's not quick enough. She is quick, even though she's a little bit submerged in water. She almost has some supernatural ability, but with your 2 successes, the spear plants into her, and let's have a look how she goes. Whoa, okay. She's still up. So I'll put next to her that you've done 4 points damage. 4. But blood spills onto the water. She says, I did not divine these in the threads. This is not to be my fate. I will have your souls. As we go to...
I'll call Thorn to attack her.
Oh, okay. All right, you whistle. Thorn runs out from in the crabs. Bit of crab leg falls out of its... Bit of the carapace falls out of its mouth. Roll... Unless you want to use your hero point, so you can roll 2 dice. It's attacking. You have to roll
okay.
Yeah, okay, roll. You can choose a number, otherwise you need double 1.
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, nonetheless, at least there's a target, I suppose, if it's going to attack. Because now that it's being aggressively attacking, Grower sort of keeps it away with her legs, you know, as the Thorn's like submerged in the brackish water, biting and snarling and yelping. So you got 2 in melee, 2 in near, 1 in far as we go to the start of the next round, but I'll put Bloodied on her so you know that she is close to death. Let us see what she can inflict, if anything, and because you're the closest target now, Vexza, having doing that massive 4 points damage, well played, roll 2 dice. Let's see what it does. Hopefully it doesn't do the whispers. That's caused you problems.
Three and three.
3 and 3. Why can't I see that roll? Interesting. 3 and 3. It Kalplash, closest target. It is you. You see, it says, "Come to my aid!" And the kelp nearby starts lashing at you. Now, because you've got 2 targets, you know what? I'm going to be nice. Roll d6 twice. 1 to 3 is you. 4 to 6 is Thorn.
I want it to be me. I would probably try to take the wound if even I rolled a 3. If
And the second?
if they
You
she was
rolled...
attacking Thorn.
Yeah, but you're both aggressive at it. Oh, well, that one's you
So 3
anyway.
and 4.
Well, if you're happy to take the second, you can...
Yeah, I would definitely try to
her.
keep Thorn alive.
Okay, then I'll say
Yeah.
that as Thorn attacks and you realise she's not down, you slide into the water in front of him, shielding him from these kelps, and they launch at you.
Yes.
Okay, the first volley of kelps, you can choose to dodge or block, but there's a lot of them. Like there's strands. She raises both her hands and these 10 strands burst out of the water. Actually, as they burst out of the water, these ones nearby, a shield also flips like a coin. Ding, 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 lands on the side. It was one of the kelps that held a shield for some reason.
I'll dodge.
Okay, I'll let you know because we're at that. I'll let you know because we're at this point that it's a hard to dodge these kelps. It's very difficult. So unless you want to use
2 dice.
oh, you can use your hero point.
I have no more hero points.
Oh, okay.
No,
In
I
that
don't
case,
have
you can't dodge these. So the first first section of kelp. I mean, you can roll, but it doesn't matter. The
So
first section.
I get 2 dice though because I have acrobatics, right?
Oh, dude, you got me. You got me. You can use 2 dice on one of the volleys. All right, the first volley. Well done. I forgot that helps you with ranged attacks.
Oh, they're both fails.
Okay, the first volley grapples you for -1d. The second volley, because you have no defense against it now, no hero points, it throws you up into the stalactites, and you need to roll d6. 1 to 3, you get 1 point damage. 4 to 6, you get 2 points. Actually, what are you on? Because you didn't heal. Oh no, you
No,
can't
I
die.
don't heal.
You're on 3. Okay, that's right. All right, roll d6. 1 to 3, 1 point. No! Damn! You get thrown into the stalactites and like you get basically impaled in one. And then you fall back down in the brackish water. Thorn's barking crazy. You know, and sort of licks you as well, if it can do that and bark, because you've actually, you know, protected it from getting, you shielded it from its eye, because he's wounded as well. Yeah, I understand now.
Yep.
Damn. Actually, I'm gonna put blood everywhere.
Are you okay?
There's blood everywhere.
All good.
Blood All right, good news. You managed to take both of Grower's attacks. Killiah is up. Probably to take the glory, hence why her token is a star and
Okay.
everyone is a circle.
Am I still affected by the mind? Whatever.
You can't hear the whispers anymore. It was only one action.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a poison dagger at her.
Well, you realise he's got other targets in the way, so you've got a -1d
Huh?
because it's a range attack and she's in melee with 2 others. So, did you want to use a hero point to get those 2 dice? Oh, they failed anyway.
Nah, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Have you got any hero
I'll just
points
do
or use them
nothing.
all?
Nah.
Well, you don't do nothing. You've thrown them now. You just had a penalty. So your daggers just land wide. They land into the brackish water. So they are thrown. And do you want to move or stay where you are?
Whatever. I'll just stay.
All right, you remain where you are. Let us go to Snotgard. Snotgard is... Oh no, you're free of... How come you're free of things? Oh no, you bit through the... Yeah, you use your action to bite through the kelp. All right, you can see... Well, you can see Growers bloodied. Vexza just got thrown into the stalactites and landed. You can see Killiah throw some daggers. They land wide. What do you want to do? Fiona pulls you out and gives you orders.
Can I reach this hag?
Can you...
I
reach
wanted
the
to
hag?
run and attack. Yep.
Okay, now you can only reach the hag because it's a far distance away because unfortunately Fiona pulled you away. You can only reach the hag, which means your action will be a -1 dice. So you can reach her, but then to whatever action you do in melee will be a 1 dice penalty from the effort of getting all the way there. Or you can go to near distance and do a range, but now that Vexza is in the way, it's hard. So as your free move, you get close enough to throw if you want. You can move next to Fiona as a free move.
Okay. I will go as free move here, and as my action, I will dive, and I will try to sneak under the water attack at my next turn.
Okay, no worries. You try to do a sneak attack for your next round. Do you have sneak?
Yeah. No.
No, okay. Have you got hero points?
But we are underground.
Oh, you know the terrain. I like it. Okay, I will let you pay that to get there. Good work. All right, so you prepare to ambush. Fiona.
Yes, she is. She would. She would move.
Yeah, you can move for free. You can move into melee with the hag if you wish, with Vexza and Thorn. Thorn barking madly.
She would help them. She would come there and she would try to smack her with her. What is she call? Sword.
Boom. No worries. So let us check. You're not skilled in. So your skill really is in using a round to sneak attack. But if you attack with your sword, it's she's hard to hit. So you need to use a hero point, and you can make a might check to hit with your sword if you wish. Oops. Sorry, I clicked the button there.
Okay. But we'll try to do that. So it is just 1 roll, right?
Yeah, but you get to. So you roll 1 dice. You get 1 more dice. So the extra dice is for the hero point. You need 2 successes. So 1 success and 1 more dice. 4 under and you've got it.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay, I'll take it that you roll both and that's only 1 success. Do you want to use your last hero point to re-roll 2 dice?
Why not? She would do that.
I would, recommend it. You could be the hero here. Or maybe not. Yeah. All right, you try to attack and she sort of uses Vexza as a shield and she knows that she's in trouble. Like she's fully surrounded. You aren't able to hit her though. She calls out. One
question.
Yep.
Technical question. In this situation, one die was hit, and it was 4, which I presume is her proficiency. In this case, does the character returns 1 hero point or not? Or it only works on full success?
Say that again? I didn't understand that.
Look, right now Fiona rolled 5 and 4.
5 and a 4, yes.
In rule says, yes, for the 4, usually it's returns one
success.
hero point.
Oh, yes, good question. You only get a hero point if the action's successful. So unfortunately, she needed 2 successes. So yeah, she wasn't able to get it. That's a good question. Yeah. So unfortunately, no, didn't get a hero point. As you, like Ari, surrounding her, because it's Vexza's turn next, she says, Sigbert, you have forsaken me. Your fate is mine. You shall never leave Hrafni. She calls out that blasphemy to Sigbert. And sort of in the distance, just to give it dramatic effect, because I'm pretty confident that this is going to resolve. You see, crawling, wounded, bloodied from the marshes, Sigbert. And he says, and it's your turn, Vex, now. Okay, I'm just building up some stuff.
We're here to free you, Sigbert.
He says, okay, you say that, and he says, you seek to bring me back for redemption. The hag, my queen, was going to erase my mind so I can forget my sins. Now that looks to be lost. I accept my fate. She says, no! As it's your turn, Vexna. What do you wish to do? And also, you got Thorn as well, if you want to use Thorn for something.
I would yell out to him, help us kill her, and
Distraction?
I'll be your new queen.
I'll yell out to Sigbert.
Yes.
Okay, roll turn order
that's
for
one of my goals.
Just roll turn order for Sigbert. I mean, this is a free action. This is not anything for you. It was only 19.33.
Oh, And I'm fully, truly, because that is one of her goals, her goal is to become the queen. So if he wanted to be the king, I would be his queen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it plays into the character.
Yeah, you say that. I mean, the thing is, you don't want to use your action for that, because I mean, you can't do any other action. So you basically just say those words, but he kneels down and he just puts out his hands. He drops his sword into the brackish mire and he says, you have earned your victory. And he says that to you, Vexna. And he puts his hands out as if to, be put in shackles.
Okay.
But you've still got this hag screaming blasphemies. Oh, you want to try and do distraction? Let's go. Surely he can succeed 1-1 at 1 point. Roll 2 dice. As he goes to a near distance, get out of range, starts barking.
I pick lucky number 4. I'm just kidding.
Okay, it's your move, Vexna.
I attack.
All right, what's your chance?
I don't think there's anything else special I can do. It would just be the 2 dice, right?
You've got one-handed weapons or two-handed weapons? You got two-handed weapons, haven't you? Yeah, 2 dice. Whoa! Okay. Do you want to use that hero point for an extra point of damage, or just do the 2 points damage?
Only if I can use the hero point I just got.
Yeah, you can.
I had 0 that, or it gives me 1. Yeah, I'll burn it to do an extra point of damage for sure.
You can't take it to Valhalla, as they say. All right. As Sigbert kneels, as the hag, her last attempt was to just blaspheme Sigbert for, leading you here and wanting to break the shackles of his fate. How do you dispatch Grower of the Deep?
Screaming with wild abandon that I'm the new queen, I would stab her into the gullet and pull it up through so it comes out of her mouth.
Oh, I don't know if this is rated R.
Nice.
All right. You finish off Grower. She tries to gargle some whispers or call in her last kelp lashes.
That was my attempt to make sure she couldn't do whispers, yeah.
Yeah, but she just gargles and her eyes sort of just fade, roll into the back of her head, and she lands helpless. Straight away, Sigbert starts coughing. And you realise he coughs out all this kelp, this black kelp. And when he does, you see his white eyes sort of move to their darkened, normal, brown-eyed state. As all falls quiet, you realize you do have Sigbert. Even though he's close to death, he surrenders to his
Run
fate.
to him and hug him and make him stand up. You are now my king.
You make him stand, and he says, "Unfortunately, my queen, where I am to go, you cannot come, for my path is now Valhalla. I have committed the act of kinsmanship, and I have shown a lack of courage as a warrior by fleeing here to try to forget my ills. Take me back to the assembly. Let me face my fate and clear the curse placed upon my lineage and my kinsmanship." And with that, you lead him back to the boat. Killiah, we'll do one round each.
Do you know that actually a very angry goblin is diving around and he really wants to kill someone.
All right, you will get a
And
chance if you
someone
wish.
just stole his kill.
Well,
Snotgard is very angry.
Yes, we'll give everyone one turn to give their final epilogue in this little cave, but Killiah was next.
No, nothing. She just grabs her daggers and leaves. Doesn't even say anything.
You look up to say, "Killiah, we did it!" And you just see it's gone. Just the whispers.
I understand. That is the way, Killiah. And
She
no
comes-
words needed.
She comes and she leaves. Snotgard, you emerge out of the brackish water all black like Apocalypse Now, because you were doing the sneak attack, but you just see Vexza pulling out her sword out of Grower's mouth as Grower just lands in the water. You see her seaweed hair floating above the water as you emerge for your ambush, for your glory.
What? Again? Vexza, how could you? I will never go with you on a mission again.
She just sits there weighing whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Snotgard gets attacked by Thorn. Finally, Thorn gets a chance to attack someone. Starts grabbing at your leg. Fiona, what do you do with
Nasty joke.
as this anarchy unfolds?
Fiona also would like to kick Graw with her leg. She's like, "Finally, I got to hit you. I don't care you're dead." And
Very good. You get the last hit in. All right, I will move you to this scene as you have been victorious as you return Sigbert back to the assembly. Let me see what the summary is here. So with Sigbert, he's a broken man after the Fate Weaver's spells dissipate and he realizes the error of his ways. He is brought back and you return to Inga, and Inga escorts him to the assembly. Do you remain at the assembly or take your reward and leave?
Was I able to get a token? Even though he's going to Valhalla or whatever's going to happen to him, I would be seeking out a token of marriage or something like that.
He gives you his family heirloom, the two-handed sword that slew his brother.
Nice.
Take this,
Sweet.
my elven beauty. You are more beautiful than that orc who pronounces her beauty. You have the true beauty of a killer, of a true kinsman, a warrior, of slaying the Fate Weaver, the hag. Let your deeds be spoken throughout the land, and I will see you in Valhalla. And he kisses your hand as the guards of the assembly, put him in chains, bring him away. So that's what about
Perfect.
you, Killiah? Do you?
I would whisper to Fiona though, just he doesn't really mean it. You're beautiful. just so only she hears that.
So you can add a two-handed sword of Sigbert if you wish. It's like an ornate sword. It's got some inscriptions. Killiah, do you remain at the assembly to see this handover?
No, I didn't even go back. She's just left. She's gone.
She disappears. She catches the difference. She doesn't even get on the boat. You just see her as you sail back, she's still on the
She
island.
disappears from the cave. You just don't even see
Yeah.
she's gone.
No one knows where she is.
It's Killiah's island now.
Killiah's island. Yeah. You go to the hut. And that's where you live. No, you'll appear in the shadows somewhere, I'm sure. What about Fiona and Snotgard? Are you remaining at the assembly to see what the fate of Sigbert? as he hands over his sword to Vexza.
No, Snotgard has absolutely no interest. He is very busy. He's counting his new shinies.
Oh yeah, you've got also that one-handed dagger is also an heirloom, so you can put down Sigbert's. I'll just put Sigbert or Norse dagger because it has a bit more value as well. What about you, Fiona? Do you want to remain after he blasphemed your beauty? Although Vexza said he just said it.
No, Fiona will just turn around and head back to whatever inn she was staying. She has. Did she already receive the pay from the sister?
Ah, yes. So
Or would it be waiting for her at the
guild.
At the guild or
Yeah.
whatever.
Remains at the guild.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
Happy to go back to the
so
guild.
she's just heading back. She's not interested. Just
All right.
all business, and she's a little offended.
All right. Despite Vex's Queen Vexza, hello. Okay, we've got an adjective there. All right. Everyone can roll 2d, add 6, and that's how many gold pieces you get for your contract with the guild. So roll 2 dice, add 6, and add that to your gold coin purse. Oh, Queen Vexza.
They knew they had to pay out for Roy.
Killiah. Killiah, you can roll. Yep. All right. So everyone go into their equipment, add the gold pieces. Remember, it's gold, not silver. So Fiona, there's a gold pieces, and just for exchange rate purposes, it's 6 silver is 1 gold. If you do want to turn it all into silver. With that, Age of Adventure, there is also a 1 in 6 chance that a character has obtained an artifact or achieved a goal. So let's get Snotgard, because you were deprived of your killing blow. Choose a number out of 1 to 6, and then roll a d6. Obviously, tell me the number first. If you roll that number, one of you 4 at random will obtain further glory.
Okay, let's say it will be 4.
Let's go.
It is 4.
Oh, okay. Right, what I will get you to do, Fiona, in the dice roller, there is a D4. So when you click on that purple dice roller, there is a D4. If you click it once, it'll load a dice. So if you click that D4, it'll have a 1 next to it and a roll will light up. Don't roll it. That didn't count. Okay. That didn't count. Okay, but at least you know what to do. Okay, you know what to do. All right, so what we're going to do is 1 is Killiah, 2 is Fiona, 3 is Queen Vexza, and 4 is Snotgard. Roll the dice. You got it anyway! Well, in between adventures, Fiona, if you did want to play again, Fiona either achieves a goal that you wanted to achieve, and that'll have some effect in the game world, or you gain a magical artifact, which we can determine. So do you have a preference whether you want to achieve some type of, accomplishment, or would you rather gain a magical artifact in the world?
No, magical artifact that would help her.
Okay. Before you decide what it is, roll me a d6. If you roll a 6, it is like a fabled artifact, one of the rarest artifacts you can find. So roll another d6. If you roll a 6, it is fabled. Okay, it's a standard artifact, which is still good. Roll me now another d6. 1 to 3, it's a touch item. 4 to 6, it's a ranged item. A ranged magical artifact. Okay, you don't have to decide now, but essentially you have a ranged magical artifact. Now, the way magic works in Age of Adventure is you need a mind roll to activate it. So if you fail your mind roll, it doesn't mean it gets destroyed or anything. It just means for that action, you're not able to use its power. So you can come up with something that is magical. It gets what's called recharged with magical power, and it is a ranged effect. So as I said, you don't have to decide now, but we can correspond unless you want to think of something right off the top of your head that you'd like.
I will read about it and I
Yeah.
will let you.
Yeah. So
You don't mind.
ranged magical artifact. You can also roll a d6, and that's how many magical charges it has built into it. Higher the better,
Okay,
obviously.
that I will do. See? Ooh, nice.
Wow, it's got 5 charges of energy. All right, I've made a note of all that. That completes the adventure. What we just do now to finish it off with Sigbert's fate sealed with the assembly. His family's honor is restored. You hear back you get a letter from, she sends a letter to each of you, Inga, to say that her family's honor is restored, thanking you that there is a ceremony in the old gods and the spirits of the dead are appeased. She doesn't tell you what happens to Sigbert, so that's a mystery because no one remained. And with that, we'll do an epilogue for each of the players, and then we'll finish up. And just so you know as well, once you finish your epilogues, I will do a bit of a summary just to say it's done, and then you're welcome to drop off if you need. So let's start with, I'll just look at the turn order. Let's start with Killiah. It's your epilogue.
She doesn't have one. She just disappears.
Just vanishes. All right, Snotgard, what's your epilogue?
Snotgard is pretty unhappy that someone stole his kill, but he's pretty happy with new shinies he got, and I think he will spend half of it in the nearest tavern.
Okay, you don't have to subtract it. You celebrate, and all the gold that you do spend, when the other your goblin friends hear about your deeds, they shout you drinks as well, because you're now famous amongst the Barbarian clan. You actually bring them back some seaweed as well, some stinky brackish seaweed. They're quite thankful.
Oh,
for.
nice.
Actually, you had manacles.
Probably...
Did you have manacles?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I mean, he came willingly, but yeah, that could have been useful. Now you're.
By the way, can Snotgard buy a boat and make a farm for seaweed at this island? Because there were a lot of seaweed at this island, and seaweeds could be very good for trade.
I'll tell you what you can do. In your valuables, you've got a section valuables. You've got seaweed from Hrafni that you can use.
Say it again, please.
I'll type it in if you want. Seaweed
Okay.
from Hrafni. So that's a token that you've used. It is pretty rare. I mean, it's totally disgusting, but there might be someone that liked it. Now, your one-handed dagger, you can sell if you wish. It's worth 3 gold to sell.
No.
No, can I keep that?
It's souvenir.
Okay, you can put in that next to that value 3 gold pieces if you did want to sell it at one point. All right, what about Fiona? What's your epilogue?
Fiona is returning back to the tavern. She gets very good beauty sleep, and in the morning she gets into a spa because she is obviously worried about the brackish water he had to enter.
I like it.
She's worried about her feet, and everything. And after that, she just returns to the guild to see if there is anything else she can do.
Nice, straight to the notice board. I like it. Well, in the spa, it's run by goblins, and they clean your feet. They clean the brackish weed between your toes. It's a special
With
spa.
the seaweed.
Special foot spa. Excellent. You appear back at the guild, ready for your next task. And last but not least, now Queen Vexza. Lucky to be alive, actually.
Queen,
to be honest.
very much so. Yeah,
To be honest.
that was a rough journey. You'd see her. She's sitting on a ramshackle throne of bones that she's pulled together. Her dog at her side. She's planning with some people to set up a great kill for Snotgard. Like, we got to get him. I got to return this kill that I stole from him.
Ooh. So even though he said he
In the
doesn't want
midst
to adventure with you, you're setting up a way to earn back his...
Yeah, he'll never know I had anything to do with it. This is purely an ethical thing. Morally, I have to give him his kill back.
Valuable self-esteem. Also,
of course, when Fiona... Yeah.
I was going to say, you haven't written it down, but you've also got the Sigbert's sword, which is
It's on
worth.
Thorn.
Oh, okay. So you can put next to it. It's worth 3 gold pieces as well.
Okay.
Oh, you've got it. You've written it twice. You've only got 1.
Well, because I figured it took up 2 spots.
No,
That's why I
two-handed
wrote it
sword is
twice.
1 slot. Yeah, it's 1 slot.
Oh, okay.
It just needs 2 hands to yield. All right, that's
But at the spa, there would be a little note for Fiona saying, "Here's your barnacle jewelry that I created."
oh, nice. Okay.
And-
Well, let's see how good you were at creating that jewelry, because you're not really skilled in doing that unless you've got a skill.
I'd probably have to pay somebody.
Ah, fair enough. All right. Yeah. Well, okay. Use 1 silver piece. Or how valuable do you want it to be?
I just wanted to give her something pretty. It doesn't have to be valuable.
Oh, forget it. Okay, you can just put, if you wish, Fiona, under your 0 slot equipment. So in equipment, 0 slot for embellishments or flavor. You can put, well, Vexza can describe what it is, and you can write it down. Or Vexza can type it in if you want to say what it is.
Oh crap! I got rid of it. I did have a picture of it, and I've long gotten rid of that.
Give us the description. What is
If
it?
we go back
Is
to
it a
the-
necklace, a brooch?
It's a necklace. Yeah, a necklace with a barnacle on the bottom that's been cleaned out and has little
Okay.
divots in it to be
a nice-
somewhat symmetrical.
That's a nice breaching of the elf and orc communities. Barnacle necklace from Vexza. From Queen Vexza.
And
From the
we'll-
Queen.
That's right. It would say from Queen Vexna for sure.
That's an autograph.
It-
That does have some
Royal
value.
value.
treasure.
and I would have found another dog for Thorn to sire a puppy that was trained to be very quiet and sent to Killiah.
Oh well, we can look at that in between, because
That
that ain't going to be free.
and that'll take many months, right? Right? I don't know how long dogs take to
I have no idea.
babies,
But yeah, I'm sure with the right coin, it can happen next round. All right. So with that, thank you for completing this adventure, Sea and Salt, an Age of Vikings adventure using Chaosium's Age of Vikings system, I believe. I'm GM Age. Thank you to all the players, and I will see you all next time.